So good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to draw number 8 here at the Travelers Curling Club Championship in Kingston, Ontario at the Cataraqui Golf and Country Club. Today we're going to be profiling two teams on sheet 3. From the Mayflower Curling Club, we have Team Nova Scotia. And from the High Park Curling Club in Toronto, we have Team Ontario. So this should be quite a good matchup today, I think, Douglas. And with me today is Douglas Connor.
Good afternoon. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you. Yeah, it's going to be, I think, a very, very exciting game today. We have Team Ontario, who are undefeated in their pool. And for Team Nova Scotia, they're at 1-1. So I think for both teams, obviously, a very important game.
Yes, particularly for Team Nova Scotia at this point.
I agree, yeah. I mean, they want to keep on, they want to keep some momentum going. We're getting to a critical part in the draw. We're about halfway through for most of the teams. It's a 6-game round robin, and most of them are played. This is either their third or fourth game. So yeah, I agree. I think it's very much important that obviously Team Ontario wants to keep rolling along, but for Team Nova Scotia, as you say, they really want to make sure that they continue to keep winning and moving towards the playoffs.
Yes, and set a good tone for the rest of the tournament.
Absolutely, that's for sure. Yeah. The top 3 teams in each pool make it into the playoffs, so there's still lots of really good curling to go. Just another for information, there also is another key matchup actually out here today, and that's on ice 4, where we have the Ontario men playing against the Nova Scotia men. And that, right now, we have both of those teams being undefeated.
Yes.
So it'll be a good game.
Yes, 1 versus 2 games are always great fun.
That's for sure. And we'll update our viewers from time to time on all the games as they're going on, in addition to the game that we're featuring today. So the ladies from the High Park Club, we just wanted to say a thank you to all their fans and supporters that they've been so supportive of them throughout the week. So to all of those fans of the ladies from the High Park Club that are following us online today, thank you so much for all of your support, and that's from the ladies.
It's always good to have fans. It's always gives you a little extra boost when you're getting into the hack to throw those critical shots, to know that you have people behind you who are just wishing you very well.
I agree, and I also think, and here at our event, we have ambassadors for each team, and I think that's really made all the participants feel much more at home and much more supported. So that's been a good feature as well that we have here. We have a lot of great volunteers. So we're getting into the game now, and Team Nova Scotia has last rock. So first rock is being delivered by Susie Chen.
Plus?
So it looks like they've called for...
No.
This rock looks like it's going to be sliding into the house, maybe a little heavy.
Okay, Suze. Yep.
It seems that the ice is already pretty keen.
Yes, I would agree. I would agree with that. I mean, that's one of the advantages that the teams have in practice, obviously, though, is that they get to throw rocks, and so then they can determine, how fast or slow the ice is running. So here now, it looks like the lead for Team Nova Scotia. Dallas Wilson is being asked to throw up a corner guard.
Okay, this should be
fresh.
So
with the 4 rock rule that we have in the curling,
might stop.
If
It's
the rock
fresh here.
ends in front of the house,
14-2.
it's in what's referred
That's
to
fine,
as the
we'll play
free
it.
guard zone, and cannot be removed from play until after the 4th rock is delivered.
Hit and flop.
And that's why
Just
the
control.
guards are more important since
like
the
coming
introduction
the other way,
of the free guard zone, because they allow you to have things which you can come around or bump off later on if so needed.
No.
So it looks like she was asking her to remove the blue stone.
Kelly, yeah. Kelly. Hard.
And the reason she was wanting her to sweep is because there's a rule of thought that by sweeping either on one side or the other of the broom of the rock, you can help the rock
Like
curl
to keep
in
it up,
certain
tighten
ways.
up the ice.
Or conversely, hold it on a path if you wanted to.
Yes, correct. So she's asking her now to remove this rock. So it looks like this rock needs to
whoa.
curl a little bit.
Oh, curl a pair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gonna get a nice
Oh,
swirl.
yeah. Now is there a double here? Oh, so
Oh,
close.
so
Yeah, she
close.
almost made the double. Huh? Good for her. Good try. So Team Ontario continuing to apply the pressure. She's calling for another rock
Top 8.
into the house. And the stone is being delivered by their second, Kelly Williams.
And it seems the call is to have it partially cover the one that is in the back of the house, even though it would still leave some room to get at it. Just makes the shot a little more difficult.
Yeah, I think at this time she's
Top 8
probably
boys, Susie.
thinking
Susie,
of
if anybody.
probably playing to force Team Nova Scotia into more of a. They're forcing them maybe to score rather than trying to steal at this
Yes.
point.
It's coming down. Come on, stop. Stop, stop,
Still
stop.
a little heavy.
Stop, stop, stop. Okay.
Yeah, the ice looks like it's quite keen already.
Yeah. Ooh. But right on the button.
Here.
Yes, normally
Nose
they'd be
is
like
good.
that. So now this has allowed Team Nova Scotia's second, Liz Garnett, to try the double here to remove both those stones.
Clean. Wall. Just clean. Wall. We're not. No. Stay close. No, no, no. No.
Seems to be floating out a bit.
It
at
does
first.
seem to be running out a little
Too much
straight,
ice
doesn't
there.
it? Oh, good try. That's a good try. So the ice, seems to be running a little straighter. I've heard from other competitors that the ice seems to be running a bit straighter with any kind of heavier takeout weight as opposed to the draws. So just something for the skips to catch on to. And now here we have
No.
Kelly
No.
Williams, their second, and
Yeah,
also
yeah,
trying
yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
remove this rock.
Hard.
Now this seems to be curling a bit.
Hard. Harder, Chris. Hard, 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 hard.
Oh, I think it
Hard.
might over curl.
Hard. Hard.
Could get a piece.
Piece.
Oh,
Yeah.
good,
Oh,
good.
but
Good sweep.
Okay.
Very good
one
sweep.
for one.
Yeah,
Sweet.
very good sweep.
Yes, you could see how
That way it
she
was
was
good.
holding one side of it.
Just nose.
So we've had really good fan turnout this week here in Kingston. Here at Cataraqui, the club is celebrating its 150th
Whoa!
anniversary. So this has been great
No,
for
no,
the
no.
club. So lots of
No.
good fan participation here this week.
Clean. Clean. No roll.
That looks good. Right
one.
on the nose.
Yes, yeah, good shot. Very
She's
good
just
shot.
a little tiny bit out on that. Down normal.
So now we're at third rocks here in this first end.
Yeah, it's looking like it's probably going to be a blank end.
I would agree. I think they're at this point. I think they're probably just going to try and keep it clean and carry the hammer through to the second end for sure.
That gives a good opportunity for everyone to get a good feel for the ice.
Yeah, I think that seems to be the thinking here with Chris Wannon delivering this stone. Yeah, there's that rule of thought anymore that let's keep it clean the first end or two, and especially the first end.
Yes.
Everybody's got a little bit of nerves going on, and it's just a bit easier just to try and play it a little more simply earlier on in the game.
But it's always interesting,
ice.
rather
Yeah.
than just trying the nose hit, moving it
Just
around
here,
a
though.
little, giving the other team another path, or given opportunities to explore different paths, see what it does.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's good chance to also help
Clean.
them learn to see
Clean.
something new.
Close.
To see whether they're and also helps them learn
Hard,
how a
guys.
rock's going to run.
You gotta go.
Because what it looks like an end is going to blank, while you don't want to take your eyes off the prize. If you have an opportunity to get a little more information on the ice by
Right.
choosing different paths, why not?
That's absolutely correct.
Stop.
Yeah, I would think that would make sense.
Felt good.
So that was a hit and roll out. So now she's electing with her thirds rock, Chris Wannon, to draw. It looks like she asked her to draw into the ring. So again, looks like she's continuing to be happy to just keep this very clean this end.
And it's very important here that the rock do be in the rings, the tolerance here would be heavier rather than light. You wouldn't want to set up another guard at this point for someone to come
It's
around.
okay. That's
Well,
what
this
that's-
Unless you're setting
as
it up
long
for
as it's
yourself.
Andy,
Yeah,
we're
that's
good.
right. And with this being the team that doesn't have hammer,
No,
that would
it's
be
fine.
another option, of course.
Good
and I
job,
guess,
Chris.
if she were
That
to
center
be
line.
short, it's that's maybe something for them to work with.
I like the same turn.
But as I say, it looks at this point that they're both teams are
Touch more
playing this
ice.
towards
Okay.
towards a blank for sure.
Clean. You can clean. You can clean.
So this is
You can clean. Yep.
we're now down to the skips rocks here.
Good.
That was a nice, smooth delivery.
It certainly was.
It was beautiful to watch.
So now this will be so Jody's coming down to throw her stone. And Jody would like us to say hi on her behalf to her kids and her family that have been supporting her and watching, and to her hubby Mike that's in Denver. So we'll keep an eye on the ice throughout the game. Sometimes as the game progresses, either the ice will develop a bit more curl as pebble wears off, or a little less. Also there can be the actual speed of the ice can vary in certain areas on the ice, and the slide path is an example. It can get a little heavier as the pebble wears off. So we can keep an eye on that.
That's why it's always important when you're on the ice and you're not shooting the rocks yourself to always pay attention to what's going on, because you get just as much information from what the other team's rocks are doing.
Yeah.
It's
For
a
sure.
very active sport. People are not just standing there. They're taking in much more information.
Yeah.
That's right. It's interesting. People
curled
who
at the end.
don't
Didn't catch it.
don't curl, who've never tried the
Throw.
sport or not. When the first time they try it, they find one that it's a lot more difficult, I think, than what they think it's going to be. And that actually, if done well, they do get a bit more exercise than
Yes.
than what they than what they thought they were going
Whoa.
to through the sweeping.
Line's okay. It's just got to come up a bit. You can clean. You can clean. Close. Yep. Hard. Roll it. Hard. Roll it, Dallas. Hard. Roll it over.
That rolls into the 8-foot.
That was a nice little roll. So I notice on this team that they do things a little differently, and some teams do this. Whereas Selena Thompson calls the game from the house as the skip. It's actually Liz Garnett that delivers the last stone. And some teams do this, and some don't. So, but I noticed that this is something that these ladies do. So this will be Jody's last rock at this end, and I would think from her perspective she's either trying to nose it or maybe roll even a little closer to the center if she can. And that way it makes it a little more difficult for Liz on her last shot to blank if that's what she wishes to do.
Susie. Suze.
And again, she wants
Whoa,
Susie to
whoa,
sweep
whoa,
this just
yep,
to help
count.
it curl a bit.
Yep.
Oh, she's going to roll the other way a bit.
Sorry, guys.
good.
I came out a little.
Bringing her out a little wide to see maybe if you can
Okay,
draw
yeah.
an error.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't want here.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
It should be straight here, super straight.
So what-
Nothing's been down this
no,
path yet.
normal.
Yes.
But we're center of the rock. Like we have so much less ice than we did yesterday.
So obviously the ladies from those comments, it seems that they're thinking that the ice is running very straight and will not curl very much at all with any kind of takeout weight. And she said she was
Good.
going to be throwing normal.
Clean.
So
Yeah. Hard. Hard.
right, and they're sweeping
You gotta
hard
go
because she is
hard,
trying for
hard,
the blank,
Dallas. Hard. Okay, that's fine.
and
Good, Liz.
unfortunately didn't get
One
it.
blue.
So at the end of
You're
that end,
good.
Nova Scotia will be scoring 1 point.
And job done for Ontario, eliminating the other team to 1.
That's exactly right. So at the end of their
Good.
strategy of throwing the rocks in the rings
Float like
for
the
them
other way.
because
So
they're
it's fine.
they forced them to take one, and now they're into the second end with the
Pretty
hammer. So that's
frustrating.
good.
I've thrown all of my blanks good, and we're not making any of them. Yeah, it just didn't move. Like we had the broom in the center of the rock, basically.
It's
It
an
moved like
interesting
this
question,
much, whereas
Diane. Do
before
you
it moved
feel
this
it's
much
more
out.
of an advantage to have the
Yeah.
hammer in the first end or to have the hammer in the even ends?
I would definitely think that it's an advantage for teams to have hammer in even ends versus odd ends, for sure. And I think because it gets later in the game,
Line's
and
great.
as we get into
Just
say the
tight.
sixth ends, and the sixth
End's
end
okay.
is a really good example. It's really good for a team to try and
Okay.
score in that end.
Okay, that's fine.
Because you have hammer in 6,
I
you
didn't
can
still wanna
force in
high.
7.
Oh, yeah, you're
so
in.
the last, those
Oh, it's
last
back.
3 ends, you have
I got 13,
hammer
9,
twice
4.
over the other
No,
team's
no.
only one time. So
Well,
for
I
sure,
don't
I,
want it
think
that
it's
far back.
not as important
already
early
on
on
the
in the
zone.
game, but definitely as the game progresses, you
I
get
just gotta
farther
pass high.
on.
I don't think that-
It definitely helps to have hammer in even ends.
And often you'll see teams try to engineer it by blanking an end at a certain point to try to turn the advantage.
That's right.
Yeah. Hard. 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 Hard.
So it looks like this
Hard,
rock's
hard.
over curling a bit.
got the
Oh,
blue,
it's
Kelly?
unfortunate.
Still
Oh, she's
get a
got enough
piece
of
of
it.
it.
That's great.
Good sweep, Chris.
That's good. That's excellent.
Got a little in there.
Center line guard close to the house is called for.
Oh, good. So this is Dallas. It's delivering this stone. So
Clean.
let's see if she can
Line's
throw up
good.
the guard.
Okay, try for a 3. Line's really good.
And the reference to number, and
Line's
some
great.
teams use this and some teams don't. But
Line's awesome. It's
the
gonna split
reference
center
to
on
the
its own.
number
15-8. Yep, goal is. Good.
is from the hog line to the back line of the house. Some teams use a number system.
And each number represents a zone.
That's correct. And so a 3 implies, if you use that system, that it's going to be, it's a guard, within a range in front of the house. So not too high. A 1 obviously would be just over the hog line, and so on. I think a 7 is generally considered T-line, and then back from that.
Yeah.
So
Hard.
10, for example, would be the back of the house.
That's correct.
Hard.
Back line, yes, for sure.
Hard.
And some teams
We're
use
kissing
that,
it, I
and
think.
some
Hard,
teams
hard,
don't.
hard,
Oh,
hard,
there's a
hard,
nice, lovely draw around that
Ooh,
guard.
I didn't give her enough ice.
That curled up nicely, a little deep, but I had to sweep to get it by.
And
So
it's probably poking out a bit on the other side.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, for sure. And so now it provides Team Nova Scotia with the
I don't
opportunity
mind just
to
playing
draw
back
down
line
to
to it.
maybe bump it a bit.
Yeah. Or to be just a little higher
Just
and have it
this.
as backing for something
Yeah.
that to be pushed upon in case the rock is a takeout attempt isn't precise.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, the because of the free guard zone rule, which we were discussing earlier, that blue,
Room.
blue rock.
Room.
If this were the other team, would not be able to
No,
be
no,
removed
no.
from play.
You're through, eh? No, we don't have it.
Now they think they need this rock to curl a bit.
Just
It's
toss.
a
She
little
knows to toss
wide.
that.
Yes, I think it. I think unfortunately it's missed it. So now it allows Team Nova Scotia to decide what they want to do, whether they want to, or Team Ontario. Sorry, yes, not if she's.
Now, if
I
there's
like
anybody
down
new to the
normal.
game that was wondering why the skip from Team Ontario was sweeping the other team's rock, as a rock is going through the house, once it passes the T line, one person only from the other team can help it sweep it out of the house and out of play.
Hard.
That's right.
Hard.
So now we're on second rock. So
Hard.
if the
Hard.
team Ontario,
Susie, roll
Jody,
it.
has
Hard,
elected
hard. Susie, go.
to remove this, to remove the
Great
rock
job.
that was in the free guard
Good
zone, the
sweep.
guard.
And that was a good weight selection because it allowed a roll to leave a corner guard potentially for
It's
later
here.
use for Team Ontario.
Yeah, I agree. So we had now she's set up actually quite nicely because she has the corner guard as well for herself to work with if she wishes.
And that's where a selection of weight becomes important because she could have chosen to throw a higher weight, but maybe she would have rolled out.
Good.
That's when
Clean.
you get an extra advantage from your shot.
Exactly.
Whoa. Clean. Clean. We're still high side.
So here the ladies are trying to
Clean.
remove this
No roll. No.
stone.
It's on its own. Good.
And I think it'll hang on there at the back for. But for Jody's team now, it's for Jody and her team. It's an opportunity to actually use that corner guard that they just placed there a few
Top
minutes
8.
ago.
Top 8.
Mandy's going to try and draw around the
Close!
corner.
Where is it, guys? T. Hard!
Looks like it's curling quite a
Hard!
It's a little light.
Come on, Suze. Hard! Hard! You gotta
Like,
go,
what,
go,
bounce
go,
off
go,
the
go,
corner?
go!
bit.
Great
Oh,
try.
so
Oh.
close.
Nice weight,
So
Cal.
close.
Control.
All right.
Yeah,
and
you
so
can call it
so
pretty
close.
tight,
That was
Liz.
very, very close.
You can
yes.
use less ice.
But still, that's
Pretty, yeah.
not so bad.
Yours just
No, I
really
mean the
went
corner's still
straight.
there, and depending on what happens here with this rock that's being delivered by Mandy, we'll see
Whoa,
whether
no,
they
never,
can
never.
they can
No,
nose
no,
now
no.
from their perspective.
No. Can't touch
From
it.
Selena's perspective.
I think
she
we got
probably
it. We
wouldn't
got
want to
it.
roll in
Just
behind
no
that
roll at
corner
all.
too much because
no roll.
again it just provides.
Sit.
Good, Selena.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, it's good. So again, they've got. It looks like they're doing well to in a way force Ontario into scoring this end. And a good thing for for Team Ontario and Jody's team is that the play is to the side.
Yes.
So if she has to at the end of the end on her last rock, she is forced to draw. It's somewhat simpler because it isn't against. She doesn't have to draw to the 4 foot of the button. She's drawing. She'll really only have to draw the 8 footer, which is much easier for her.
Hard, Cal, hard!
But still an opportunity then for them to score a big end.
And this is looking quite nice.
Go. Okay.
Yeah, that's very good. Good shot.
Very good shot.
Yep.
I want to play the intern.
Yeah, absolutely, but
Yeah, I wanna
yeah, you
throw
just
weight.
have to pick it out because of this jam. Do you like normal?
Nice straight throw. Yeah.
Okay.
So Selena now is
I have
going
no
to be
idea where it needs the
trying
ice,
to obviously
but-
to remove that yellow
Yeah.
rock. Have to be a
Usually
bit
straighten it out
careful
a
on
little
this
bit.
that they don't, jam it on the back rock. So she has to be a bit
Yes,
careful
hard!
with this.
Hard.
Come on, guys.
Hard.
Yep, all the way. You got it. Hard.
Hard, guys.
I wonder if that guard's going to come into play.
Whoa.
I want it. Oh, beautiful. Actually. Oh,
But
Good.
the jam.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Good.
But
You
remove
guys
the
held
rock,
that.
and that was your main objective.
Exactly.
To remove the rock from play, and they're now lying 2. So again, they're still continuing, to put good pressure on and for a force.
The Nova Scotia stone that's now closer to the center, however, gives Ontario a nice opportunity for a hit to roll behind cover.
Close.
Yes, that's right. And then again, their corner guard may come into play for it.
Hard, Suze. Easy.
So there's going to be a
Nice
bit of
easy
a
roll, and mission accomplished.
roll. Oh, very nice shot. Very nice shot.
I think we just.
What you got?
So now we're at Skips Rocks in the
thick half.
second end.
How much weight?
And
Well, I just threw normal.
so
Okay, it was a
now
little tight.
Liz.
I don't think you were
Liz and
tight.
Selena are just
I
discussing
was sliding
what's
tight.
their
I had
options
to.
here.
Okay.
A former teammate told me that
Normal.
it's
Just see what you like when you're down
not so
there.
much the shot you make in curling, but the shot you leave.
Exactly. I mean, she has options here. I mean, she could draw down to that rock and just try and tap it back a bit and still be lying 2 and give it to her rock a bit more protection. Or she could try and remove it from play and roll away from the corner. And again, it really depends on what she wants to think about it, for her last stone.
Yes, there's definitely plenty of room to draw to it.
There would be if that was what she was wanting to do for sure.
Or
but
just
yeah.
touch it up the side as well.
Yeah. I think from the ice she's taken there, it appears that she's going to be throwing the takeout
Yes.
and trying to roll back towards the center, which is good. Too. So Liz has curled for 6 years.
No. Whoa. No. Do
And
not.
5 years as a junior before that.
Whoa. Off.
Oh man, sorry.
This looks just just enough.
Yes.
Just
yes.
enough.
That was not good line call. Sorry.
Just there.
Okay. I'm seeing every
All right,
It doesn't
so
have to be pretty.
yeah,
Just have to get the job done.
that's correct. So now for Team Ontario, looks like she's electing to draw behind the guard, the corner guard again. Jody started curling at the age of 8, so and really enjoys the game. Loves the game of curling. So as the game progresses, we'll be keeping an
Line's
eye
close!
on the speed as well
Line's
to see whether
close!
it's
Yes!
if it's starting to get a bit heavier as the game progresses,
Room!
especially in certain areas down the slide path.
Only Kelly.
Kelly finishes.
Finish
Hold on.
it.
Looks like a good weight.
Yep, Kel, finish. Hard. On this
Finish
side.
it hard.
And again, she's trying to make it curl a little
Kel,
more.
hard, hard, hard.
Beautiful shot, but behind T-line, which allows the other team a better chance to come and
Okay,
rest on top
same thing.
of it.
Tighter ice.
That's correct. Yes, it's just maybe slid a little deep on them, and so it allows Liz to try and remove that rock, as she just did. So for Liz, it's the same shot as she just threw a moment
Yes.
ago. So they have a better sense of line and
Same ice?
weight.
Okay, that was good. Yep.
And again, so the force is on once again here.
Yes.
Is what we're seeing as this end has developed.
You just fell off of me.
So on another one of our key matchups, on sheet 4, in the first end, Ontario took 2 and are now leading Team Nova Scotia 2-0. They're partway through their second end.
Close. Yep.
So
Hard.
that's
Hard. Hard.
well, this is
Hard, you
curling.
gotta go.
Curling. Are they
Hard,
going to
you
get
still
it
gotta
by the
go.
guard?
Hard,
Are they going
hard,
to get
This
it
is
by the
very
guard?
wide.
Oh, well, it's unfortunate.
Yes.
I don't know.
So that has
want
provided
more? Yeah,
Jody
give me
with the
more.
opportunity
Just a little more,
to
yeah.
Sorry.
to basically throw the same shot you just threw.
Yes.
This is a draw to the house, and as long as she's out counting the blue stone, Ontario will score their deuce in this end, which was, their objective at the beginning.
On that previous stone, would have that been more of a slide issue or a release issue?
Well, and it could have been both. It could be one or the other. She could have either slid narrow of the target of the broom, or sometimes it's easy enough when you're releasing a rock to, we use terms like get it started, or have other terms, maybe a soft release, but generally not release it directly at the target, but get it started, or it's a little tight out of the hand kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So see if we can get a hog to hog on this
Hold in.
stone to get a sense of how the ice is running at
Not
the moment for
moving.
the teams. The team isn't they're sweeping a little harder now.
You're fine.
That looks very
Easy,
good.
easy.
So that it was about 14 and a half seconds
Good
hog
throw.
to hog.
Two yellow.
So the ice is running nice and fast for them
Yes.
at the moment, so that's great. Okay, so at the end of our second end, the score is now 2-1 for Ontario. Quickly across the other sheets while these ladies are getting ready to start the third
I
end.
like tight.
On sheet 1, Yukon Territories has a 2-0 lead.
Tight. Very tight. On
And
is
on ours,
okay.
she's asking for a guard.
Close, Cal. That's okay. That's all right. That's good, Suze.
Okay. So again, this looks like it's going to slide into the house.
So boring.
Oh, You're just getting started.
Yes. So I think the comment was obviously in regards to the fact that the rock slid into the rings, and so the ability to sort of mix it up a little in terms of having some guards and rocks in
Whoa.
play, because that just happened to slide into the house.
You
net
can
and it's
clean.
gone.
Exactly.
Yep, yep, yep. Yes, Liz.
That first
Hard.
shot is just so critical
Hard
nowadays.
little roll. I was just gonna nose. Okay.
You're
That's
right.
good.
I think obviously since the introduction of what originally the 3 rock rule and now the 4 rock rule, the free guard
Down
zone
normal is okay,
concept,
actually.
the role of the lead has become so much more important because they really do determine the tone for the rest of the end.
It's okay.
Good
It's
amount of
gonna just come
rotation on
over
this
its
rock.
own. It's
Yes,
good.
for sure.
Which will generally keep it
That's
straighter.
good, Suze.
Yep, she's going to
Save
make a
the
nice
sweepers
roll
a
hit
little.
here and roll a bit. That's good. Yes.
Good shot, Suze.
Yes,
I just don't
very
want to
nice.
be relied on to make a blank at this point. I don't want to be relied on to make a blank at this point. I haven't missed one all year, and now I haven't made one here. Yeah. Oh, I know.
So as I say, it does look like we're going to be having a fairly wide open end again here with
Whoa, off,
several
off.
hits.
No.
So yes, otherwise,
We got it? Any
in
of
other
that? Oh,
action,
yeah, I just want to stick around. Oh, okay.
Get in the outside of that, put the roll out.
and she's going to roll out. So actually, this now provides
too
Team
bad, sorry.
Ontario
Yeah, I know
with
you
the
have that
opportunity
slide.
to place up a guard.
Yes.
And so maybe they can. Nope, but she's
Top
elected for
12.
her to put it in the rings.
Top of the 12-foot center is what's called for.
Just top 12. Okay then, Suze.
So this looks like the ladies aren't sweeping, so must feel that it must have enough
That's
weight
good.
to reach the rings.
That works.
And to add on to the discussion we were having earlier about
Nice work, Al.
zones, because this get called for top 12, it's another calling system in our sport for those who are not familiar with it as much. And they refer to the rings themselves, the outer ring being 12 foot in diameter from the center, and then 8 foot, 4 foot, and then the button.
Whoa.
The zone system offers a little more precision.
No,
Correct.
you can't.
No,
Oh
we're not
no,
even
this
close.
rock, I think maybe on
No,
her
we're not even
release,
close, I don't
she,
Popped it to
Jenny.
yeah, I think she
Just
probably
out.
set it out a bit, popped it a bit, and I mean that's with straight ice,
Yes.
tight.
that can be very unforgiving.
Yes. Especially at a high speed.
Yeah, that's true. The harder the rock is thrown, or the heavier the weight, then the less it will curl. So now it's allowing Team Ontario to throw up a tight guard.
Susie, maybe? Tight. Still tight?
Tight.
And this looks like it's going to go in as well.
Looks like it's going to slide into the rings.
It's going to
Yes.
freeze to the rock.
Until now in the frozen.
That's fine. That's good.
Freeze is never a bad option as a plan B.
As a plan B, yes.
Yes.
That's right. In curling, we always have to have our plan
You got it.
Bs and our options. That's for sure.
Sometimes even a C and a D.
Yes, that's right. And this is a curling club championship. So sometimes curling is for all levels
Clean.
of expertise, and
Clean.
it can be a sport
Yeah.
that everybody can love, regardless of how
Whoa.
good you are at it. But it is
Make the
helpful to always
double.
have options.
Okay.
That was a nice,
Yep, she really moved the one rock, and
and sticks around with a floater.
that's very good. So she's got a little biter there,
Okay.
and so now Team Ontario has to. They have to deal
down
with it,
normal, Chris.
and they don't have to. They could elect to ignore it and
Okay.
either guard their rock or tap it back or something. Play to be lying to. I mean, that's
I-
another option always.
And whether, in this case, whether you're first rock or second rock probably determines that strategy.
To a certain extent, and also where you are in the game and the score in the
throwing it,
game,
you're
and
throwing
all those things, the time of the game.
But in this case, given Ontario's
Yes!
shot stone, putting another
Yes!
win in has
Yes!
puts 2 rocks
Yes!
in the house, as opposed
Hard,
to having a
hard! Hard!
This is really
Hard.
curling.
Good
Oh,
Susie.
she
first.
got
Oh,
it.
very
Good.
nice.
Thanks,
Okay.
Susie.
That's good. That's
I,
good.
I didn't know if she could hear me when I was looking at you. I was
Control.
like,
Yeah, little bit ice. Yeah.
But in this case, Ontario opting to keep it clean rather than going for a second shot.
And I think if they, I mean,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
would
yeah,
have
yeah, yeah.
liked to
Hard.
have been line 2 rather than 1 at the end
Yes.
of that
Hard
shot.
all the way, guys.
Because now, once again, it's
Clean.
allowed
Okay, clean,
Team
clean,
Nova
clean,
Scotia
clean,
to
clean.
play
Roll it a
towards
bit,
a
roll it a
blank
bit if you can.
for
Whoa,
this
whoa, whoa,
end.
just clean. No, we're not
If
rolling.
they had nosed that shot, then it would have probably been a much more difficult blank. But now,
Yes, that's true.
now it's should be a bit easier for them to blank.
Yeah, you're right. I had assumed there that the intent was to roll out, but
Yeah, I think if she could have nosed that and been lying 2 with a fair distance between the 2 rocks in the house, that would have been preferable. So now Chris has been asked to remove this rock. It's going to have to curl a bit.
Kelly?
starting to come.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
enough.
It's open. Okay, where are we gonna put it?
Wanna go here? You wanna go here?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what they're doing now is they're
Nice,
electing
easy.
to
Should be
move
good
the
here,
rock
eh?
around a bit in the rings.
Line's really
so
good.
Selena's going to be just trying to draw.
All you. T-line.
Put the rock
Can't be
in a new
deep.
spot, if you will, in the house that, you know, maybe
gave it a
Ontario
bit.
hasn't had as much chance to
looks
learn
here,
in
looks
terms
here.
of where to throw it,
No, no,
in terms
no.
of the broom and stuff. So
Nope, 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 nope,
just
nope.
moving it around a little bit, making it a little more difficult for them.
It's always a good strategy to, when you have the opportunity,
good,
try to
Selena.
see if you can draw an arrow.
Yep, to have a skip having draw weight is never, or anybody having draw weight, matter of fact, isn't a bad idea for
Yes.
sure. So we've had a great week here at Cataraqui so far. Lots of activities for everybody, and the curlers are all very appreciative of all of the hard work and effort of all of their volunteers. And I know that our ladies on Team Nova Scotia wanted to send a real big shout out to their 2 ambassadors, Hal and Rosemary, who have really made them feel so welcome here in Kingston during this event.
It's always nice to have, especially when you're away from home.
Exactly, and for a lot of these teams, obviously, they haven't been able to bring the supporters with them. if you will.
Exactly.
Yep.
So our ambassadors have done a great job
Way to
of
move a bit.
being those supporters for them away from home.
Yep, yep,
Move it
yep.
over.
Get a little roll here.
Very nice shot. That's a very nice shot.
I'll give you that.
Putting the rock close to the center
Normal?
again. So
Control
you
for
know, the
this
ultimate
one.
goal
Yeah,
again
yeah.
is to force
For sure.
to force Liz at some point,
Control.
and so by putting it there, the blank becomes that much more difficult simply because it's that much closer to center and
Yes.
that much farther away from the edge of the ring. So that was a very nice stone. And over on our other key match on Ice 4, I see that Team Ontario stole another one in the second end and are now leading 3-0. It looks like they have things well set up again this end with
Yes,
a guard
indeed.
and 2 rocks in behind it as well. So
Yes.
looks like they're continuing to apply good pressure over there to Team
Yeah.
Nova
Yep,
Scotia.
hard,
A nice
hard,
double takeout was just made.
So we'll
harder,
see
yeah.
how Liz does here. Now she's released the
Clean,
stone and looks like
clean.
it's running nicely. So it
Yeah,
looks like
keep
she's going to
going,
do
yeah.
get a nice head
Hard,
start. We're
clean,
starting to move
clean,
on them a bit.
clean.
but-
You're good.
Yep. Ice seems to be curling a little more now.
Yeah,
Just
and
a bit.
And that can happen as sometimes as pebble wears off.
Where do you want?
The ice conditions do change for sure.
The feeling we'll start to see some rocks start to swing a little more in the next
Same
end.
weight.
Yeah. So she's just going to throw the same kind of weight, and I'm sure she would like to hit this rock on the nose again, and then force Liz into doing another takeout and trying to blank. And I think we heard Liz make a comment before that she's not having a lot of success this week in doing that. So we'll see where this rock ends up.
Curling is one of those sports where sometimes you get delivered precisely that which you do not want.
That's right. Yeah, that's for sure. Very well said. Very well said.
Yep. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa.
So what do you see here? They want to...
Okay.
That's a bit of...
Oh, there's a mistake for sure
Yeah,
on Jody's
A
part.
normal out here wide.
It seemed that the wind call was
No,
not
you
heard.
can't touch that. No,
That
we can't
sometimes
throw
happens.
that.
You get a little
I was thinking
excited.
that was
I know
out.
that. I love to sweep, and
Good
you know,
call.
like
Can't possibly
this is
screw
like
this one
the
up,
shot,
can I?
and you put your head down, and all of a sudden the world disappears.
So here's a Skip's favorite shot, being able to throw a rock through the house.
I don't think we can miss this blank. We got it.
As she's saying herself, I don't think we can miss this
What?
blank.
I will not say
No,
famous last words.
like normal, right? Just to see what it does. Yeah.
But, yeah, this is for a Skip, this is the best shot of
Clean,
all.
clean,
I get to
clean.
throw it through. Great. And also it gives them an opportunity here by putting the broom in a different spot for this throw. It gives them an opportunity to read the ice in a spot that they may
Doesn't
not
move
throughout the
much,
game
eh?
have had a chance to otherwise.
10.
So that's a good strategy always. If you're
move.
calling a game and you have an opportunity like that, always use it to learn something about
Exactly.
the ice itself and to throw somewhere that you haven't
That one floated.
been able to throw before to date in the game.
Good call. I was totally thought
And
that
there's a
one was-
bonus,
Oh my gosh.
little
You
bonus
almost
on the
moved it
time
too.
clock as well.
Yeah, I almost kicked it.
It wasn't even close. Wasn't
Yes,
touching
you're right.
the back
It
line,
allows
was
them
it?
to.
No, I just- I was
like,
although
oh, it's-
time
oh,
clocks,
yeah.
the way the games are timed has changed over the years. Where we've now gone to a process that's called thinking time rather than running time. And so every team is given 30 minutes in an 8-end game to complete their game, but that is what is known as thinking time. And so that, and the reason that change was made, because originally it was running time, meaning the complete time that the rocks were running down the ice. But the challenge with that was in a game where one team was having to play a lot of draws and the other team was playing a lot of takeouts. It was an unfair advantage to that team. They were using less time.
Did I just
So,
overthrow mine a little?
What it moved to is
overswept it a
the thinking
little?
time, and so really
Yeah,
what
I
it
think
does
so.
is it's
Tried to get
measuring
mine.
the amount of time that a team is taking to determine and
Yeah,
discuss
it's really
shots,
fast.
which
I
is a
think
fairer
little
way to
less, you
do
can
it,
definitely
and it's
get it
not
there.
considering the amount of time the rock is moving down the sheet.
Yes. So Ontario
Clean.
threw their first rock into the house.
And so it looks
Runs.
like
Oh, that's a.
Nova Scotia, the
At least
Selena
he
was considering,
bullet.
was asking for the corner guard. Looks a little heavy.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it's just heavy. It's not the ice or anything.
And so again, by placing the
Yeah,
rock
okay.
T line.
9
in the
gets
rings,
back 8.
it gives Jody and Team Ontario the opportunity to either take it out and lie to, which is a good strategy. Again, it's already building towards a force at this point in time, but
Yes.
things could always change.
Now at this time, would it be better to this early in an end to hit and stay or hit and roll out?
Oh, I think because it's Team Ontario and they don't
No,
have
no,
hammer
no,
in his
no,
end.
no.
Again, if they can
Okay,
be
yeah, little
lying
Kelly.
to
Kelly, a little.
somewhat spread
Yep,
apart.
Good shot, Sue.
It just makes it a little more difficult for Team Nova Scotia. So they could elect to freeze on that back rock if they wished, or she's electing, I think, to play the takeout on the top yellow and roll over in front of the other yellow, which is fine. I mean, that's another strategy.
Using the yellow for backing if the shot works out.
Correct. Yes. So then on the next rock, it could be just that much more difficult to be removed, and there could be a jam, as you're saying, and then they could then
Whoa.
draw, and then they'd have the draw.
No.
So then, no, it doesn't.
Turns the end,
Curl.
puts the end
on,
more in their favor
it's
to try
coming.
and score their 2 at
Just
that
nose.
point.
Yeah, that's what I was
Good.
going to say.
Just straight as
sort of
anything there.
It's I think you said it earlier. It
Nice
doesn't
weight.
take long for a game or an end to turn around based on the outcome of
Exactly.
one shot.
Down. I like down normal.
So again,
Intern?
because of the nose on that shot, so now they're going to be taking this
Down
taking
normal
this
though.
rocket.
Control almost is fine.
Yep. Hard. Harder, Susie.
So it seemed like
hard.
she kind of slid
Yes.
inside the broom, if you
Yeah.
will, when she was sliding
Susie,
down.
Hard. Watch that. Okay, good sweep.
That was
think we made
not
that a
the
bit
outcome.
difficult.
That was not the desired outcome, no. By rolling out now, she
What
allows
fun.
Team Nova
So much
Scotia
fun.
to
Just control.
Start setting up for 2.
Hold on 1 sec.
Yeah, I know.
well, the ice must be very straight if you see the very little amount of
Yes.
of ice that they're taking on these shots. The ice must be really quite straight.
Now, what's the advantage at this point?
Whoa. Through it nice. Yep. Clean.
Of taking it out versus
Hard, Dallas.
just resting on top of it?
Hard.
Well, and it really depends from the skip's
Hard, no roll.
perspective.
Hard, no roll.
on,
No roll.
You know what outcome
Very
they
sweet.
want in this end. I mean, that would have been completely
Good.
acceptable to just draw down to it and freeze on it. But in a tight game such as this, the risk in that is that they could be forced just to one. Again, if it were later in the game, or if the score
Just
were to
clean.
their disadvantage more, that might
That's
be something
better,
that somebody
Cal.
would consider.
Close. Yep.
Also, the lower
Yep.
percentage shot,
Yep.
I guess.
It's much more difficult that, people say, and I think it is true, that throwing
That's
a freeze
good.
can sometimes be the hardest shot in curling. You have to be so precise by, the line call and the judging of the weight by the sweepers. So, it's a much more difficult shot than a takeout for sure. It looks like neither team, though they're trying to get something going, it's, with those rocks sliding into the house, it's resulting in
Clean.
fairly wide open style of game that
Clean.
we're seeing here today between these two ladies' teams.
Clean. Still going out. Wow. It's fine. It's good.
So
The rock
she's
just
got
like
this
never
rock
came
and-
back. Dallas did that too, though.
Oh my gosh, I'm
So it's
bored.
fine. So she, so Ontario will be trying to take this rock out. Now Ontario without hammer, again they could elect if they wish to play the freeze or even throw up a guard if they wished. Depending on how aggressive they wanted to play the end. But at this point, again, if this were later in the game, it may be something they may consider. But at this point in the game, it appears they're comfortable to just sort of keep the house clean and move on to the next end, possibly to try and set it up better for them when they can,
Close.
Yes, indeed.
if a blank
Yep.
should continue.
Yep. Good.
We're seeing generally all around some nice smooth
Gently
deliveries.
apologize to everyone watching for the most
Yes,
boring game of curling ever.
I think they're kind of reiterating
control.
something that we've been
Yeah,
saying.
little less.
Pretty wide
Yeah.
open,
Yes.
and
It does
the ladies
not
obviously
curl.
know that their game is being broadcast today. So appreciating that for the fans at home, it may not be the most interesting game to watch.
No.
I say they're saving the
Needs
best
to
for
come
last.
back. Needs to
Yeah,
come back.
so maybe
It's
the
coming, it's
second
coming
half
now.
we will be taking a break
Oh,
after this end for a
frustrating.
few
No roll,
minutes.
no roll,
So
no
maybe
roll,
after
no roll,
this,
no roll.
in the second half, we'll see a little more mixing up of the game in terms of the strategy and approach.
Now, this is a very good shot to roll out into the wings at this point to try to increase the odds of drawing an error from your opponent.
Yeah, for sure. Yes, the ice, because sometimes outside can be a little trickier in terms of running maybe a bit straighter than what you're expecting, and I know these. I mean, these.
clean.
You wouldn't, from watching these ladies throw, you wouldn't appreciate that this is a curling club championship. But
No.
these ladies and all these
Hard,
curlers
Cal.
really are
Hard, Cal.
champions within their
Okay,
curling
good.
club. So the whole premise of the Travelers,
shot.
this event, which is hosted by Travelers
think they're throwing them
Canada,
softer than us.
the Dominion of Canada General Insurance Company, the whole premise
Yeah.
is really to
Okay.
be an opportunity for for champions at the curling club level to be able to participate in a national event. So, while some of these players may have had the opportunity to play at other, provincial and national events like the Brier or Scotties, generally that's not the case. So these individuals, all these curlers, this is really an opportunity for a curling club champion to be able to participate in a national championship.
Okay.
And I know all the curlers, all the participants are just absolutely thrilled to have the opportunity to participate in such an event.
And the calibers definitely reflects the fact that this is a national championship. This is some very good curling.
Yeah, and that's for sure. So we've been this week here. We have been fortunate to have some, excellent curling to watch. In fact, Travelers, this is the 9th year for this event, and Travelers has been the primary sponsor of it for all of those 9 years. And
It's
we're
a
all
solid commitment.
It is a solid commitment, and we're all very, very pleased, very fortunate that they continue to support the event to the extent that they do.
And for a lot of players, that don't have any ambitions to play at an international level, this is their big event. Their Brier, if you will, or their Scotties.
Absolutely.
Big roll.
So she's trying to hit and roll back again towards the center. Mission accomplished.
Oh, beautiful.
Yes, now that seemed to me that she maybe threw a little less weight that time on her rock, and that was a good idea. Obviously, she controlled it nicely and got the roll that she was looking for.
The sweepers had a very good judgment on that stone.
Yeah, that's good. And so now Liz again will be.
Do you like a bit more? I'm icing you.
Trying to remove this rock and then play towards the blank in this end as well, I would expect.
Okay. Let's do it.
Yes. Yeah, sometimes, as the person who delivers the last stone in an end, you have to try and regroup yourself.
Okay, you're good.
Yep.
Clean.
There is absolutely
just clean.
nothing wrong with taking that extra breath.
Whoa, just clean.
Clean.
For
clean.
sure.
Keep it clean.
Absolutely.
Even if the other
keep it
team is
clean.
asking you to speed it
Good.
along, take that
Good,
breath.
Liz.
And as somebody throwing a rock,
so sorry.
and even a sweeper, it's very refreshing to hear somebody say, "Just keep it clean,
Tiny
because
bit.
then you know that the rock's on course and
Yes.
the shot's going to be made." So and that's always nice to hear.
Yes.
Is, keep it clean, because then you know that it's going to work
I
out
think that was
fine
a bit
for
too
you.
downward.
So her comment there, the weight was a bit down, so I think she's thinking she may want to just put a little more weight on it on this particular rock.
Final stone for Team Ontario before we go to break.
Yep.
And the reason that there's only one person sweeping is because of the belief that sweepers can be more effective by sweeping on one side, as we were talking about earlier, either to make a rock curl or to hold a rock straight, especially on a takeout where it's got lots of weight to do the job. It's just really trying to keep it on line. And so for Liz now, this is her opportunity to blank the end.
What do you want to throw? I know. I don't know. I want to throw normal, but I do not want to
Sweep
know.
it out.
Yeah, like, do you think that's...
Yeah.
Are you playing for the blank? Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Okay, so...
It's always good to clarify that.
Good to clarify that,
Yes.
Yep, so that was a good conversation down the ice.
So,
I just don't feel like it has
given
any
that
chance
we were
ice.
talking earlier about having the hammer on
But,
the even
yeah, but I'm
ends,
spooked, man.
what is the
I'm
advantage at
spooked
this
from
point
yesterday.
of blanking and giving up the even at advantage versus keeping last rock going into the fifth?
Well, I mean, because the score is so tight in this game, she must feel that at this point she wants to. We're getting close to the sixth end, and the sixth end in an 8-end game is considered the. Let's see what happens with this rock now.
Looks like a nose hit.
Get out.
Nope, She made it.
Oh, she
Oh
made
my
it.
God.
Yes,
we were
nice. So
nosing
she,
There we go. Okay, at least I wasn't the only one who thought that.
so she must feel so much better now that,
Yes.
that she was able to make the blank shot.
That's one of those curling shots where you release the rock and you hold
So
your breath
now,
all the way down.
That's right. So now we're going to take a break and we're going to go back over for some commercials, and we'll be back in a few minutes.
When I grow up, I want to be a superhero. I want to be a firefighter. I want to graduate university. I don't know what I want to be. I want to be an archaeologist. I want to be a scientist. Pilot, coach, carpenter. I'm going to be a curling champion.
Kids dream big. Your support will help them realize their dreams on and off the ice.
That has to be the most Canadian thing I've ever seen.
Well, maybe if he was also eating a poutine.
Whoa. And drinking maple syrup.
And he's also a curler.
Guys, you know I've never actually been curling before.
And you call yourself a Canadian?
I'm sorry.
There's more than 1,000 curling facilities in Canada. Be a good Canadian and find one near you today.
So welcome back. We've had our break and we're about to start our fifth end of play. Briefly on our other sheets today. On sheet 1 we have Team Nova Scotia, Team New Brunswick ladies are playing against the Yukon Territories, and right now the score is 2-1 for the Yukon Territories. Ice 2 we have Team Northern Ontario gentlemen playing against Northwest Territories.
It looks okay.
Close game there. It's 2-1 for the Northwest Territories.
Halfway in.
And on ice 4, the other key matchup here between our two undefeated men's teams. They are actually just finishing up their 4th end of play, and we'll update you on their score shortly.
Score is 4-0 on that sheet.
It's 4-0. Okay, yes. So the Ontario men the men from Ontario seem to be in pretty firm control of that game. On our next sheet, we have the ladies from Manitoba playing against ladies from Quebec.
And Manitoba is leading 3-1 there.
And then on our final sheet, gentlemen from the Yukon Territories are playing the Manitoba
Not too
team.
deep, guys. Take a look.
And I believe
Take
the
a look.
score
Not
there
too deep.
is
Just gotta finish a
3-1
bit.
for Manitoba.
Okay, thank you.
Finish it a
So
bit.
back to our game. So starting the 5th end, and so we're seeing a bit of a different strategy here, or at least I think maybe in fairness more of an execution of the called shot. Ontario called their first rock in, and Team Nova Scotia elected to throw up a corner guard, and so we have that. So we may see a bit more activity, a bit more action in this end in terms of rocks in play.
I think the ladies on the ice will prefer that too, based on their own commentary.
That's correct. That's correct.
Then off.
This rock,
Kelly a little. It's over curling.
Curling, no?
Yeah, I think they were trying to just come to the face of this rock, and there you
good,
are. So it's a
sis.
guard, and it's partly exposed. Selena here is electing to draw in behind her corner, so she's going to try and use her corner guard. So Dallas is throwing her second stone in the end here, and trying to draw behind the guard.
You got room.
That she just threw. Advantage for her because she just threw this path.
Room, you're still on the front.
So she has an idea
Line's
of
good.
the weight that she needs to throw on the rock.
Yes.
Hard! Line's really good!
Looking like
Hard,
a
get
shot.
hard!
Oh, but still
Bounce,
not
bounce,
bad.
bounce.
Still not bad.
So close to getting by that guard.
Yeah.
Lovely weight. Perfect in terms of weight.
Just
A little open,
I
but
think just control.
good things can happen.
Nice
So now Kelly is going to be asked to remove
Getting the guard's not
that
bad.
that blue stone from play
I think we're gonna come this way.
through that hole.
If you get that front, that's okay.
This is obviously quite a precision shot.
It very much so. Then yes, not a very big hole necessarily, and it looks like this is over curling already. So
Not enough weight.
Just roll it to center.
So now what they want to make sure is it doesn't create a guard.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's why they're trying to hold that line there to hit it on the inside of the rock to push the angle out.
That's
Because had
correct.
it crossed the face, this would be a different situation.
Correct. So
I don't mind going
unfortunately for Ontario, they've guarded the
They're gonna
shot.
have to do something
the
with
shot
that.
Nova Scotia shot stone.
Like that
So
goes
definitely a
straight
lot more
down,
activity. I
so-
think we're going to see this.
Exactly.
A lot more rocks in play.
And I think
Grab your
that's
popcorn.
too wide. Do you want me to come?
That's right.
Do you guys
So
like
when she
that?
has options here,
do you,
she
do you like
could,
getting rid of the middle yellows? Yeah, but this just. You're worried about that. They're gonna have to do something. I mean, they're gonna peel that.
The advantage
So I'd like
for,
to be sitting
the
too.
good thing for
Okay,
Ontario
I
at the
thought these
moment
were
is that all
closer,
the
yeah.
stones in
This
play
you
are
can't remove because
above the
yeah,
tip.
I definitely thought these
Correct.
were
Like, we could roll off that, but I don't want to put
No,
that
no,
in
I
for
don't want to mess
shots.
with that now.
I don't like these, but there's not a good stone to throw
I mean,
on right now. This could, you can peel that.
I don't love it.
So we'll just let the ladies
Because then that
talk.
opens
Pretty
this
low
up.
chance of that going into that. It does open that up though, because this is more visible on this side.
Yeah.
She can be light too in the guard.
Yeah, you just got to make sure we're second.
They're gonna have to make a play. They might
Yeah.
hit and roll.
Yeah.
So you
3 yellows.
Had a very good conversation that you could hear between the ladies about the various options there. And so have elected to go with the first call, which was to draw away from those rocks. And as long as their second shot, as Liz mentioned, this is fine.
Yeah. Splitting the house is never a bad strategy.
That's correct.
Line's great. Room. Got to curl. Let it work. Let it work.
You don't want to be too deep here, though, to give Ontario a rock to bounce off of and roll
That's
behind
good.
cover and be a better
Dallas
shot.
in, though.
That's correct.
Okay, go now.
We're coming.
Okay,
we can't go.
Oh,
it's
you're
not
still
curling.
walking fast.
That did
Wow.
not curl at all.
Yeah, I did not curl very much
Didn't
at
curl at all,
all.
eh? No. Okay, that's fine.
It's great.
So their second shot, which was their objective.
That's always a little frustrating as a skip when a rock simply just does not do what would
think
be
this-
expected in a normal circumstance.
And again, even at this point in the game, it could part of it could be that up until now they haven't actually thrown a rock in that direction in that spot, and so it's always a learning experience for the team out there.
Yep. Hard. Hard, Suze.
Okay, so Susie's sweeping this to try and hold the line.
Okay. So let me know and I'll go.
So rolling a little too far.
Do you like the same?
No, another school of thought would maybe be to try and draw in behind those two yellows.
First shot.
The danger in that
I don't
again
think
being
so.
that if you happen to be a little too deep, you therefore make the roll much easier for the next team.
And if you were ever to slide behind the tee line, then Ontario could draw down to it, and then the whole end would be basically taken away, and then you'd be trying to deal with that rock, and it also limits your scoring area. If the rock's in the 4-foot or in the button area, it really limits Ontario's opportunity or Nova Scotia's opportunities
Back house
here.
would be great.
So
This is a more prudent call.
Go then.
Which allows Ontario to
Hard,
be the
guys.
first team to try and make that make the shot to go around, and if they miss, it gives Nova Scotia a better advantage for two.
Yes.
So sometimes it's about biding your time.
Okay.
now the challenge with this particular shot,
It's
it
nice.
does allow a bit of a hit and roll
Yes.
into there. So maybe a little deeper.
Just I like down
probably
normal.
back 8 probably would have been preferable in that instance rather
Yes.
than where it ended up. So Chris is throwing this rock and attempting to get the hit and roll in behind the rocks on center line.
And she's been having quite a solid game tonight.
That's fine.
She's got nose, so still Ontario with several other rocks in the house. So
You want to go for the roll, guys?
at one point,
Do you want to go for the roll? You want to do this? Yeah.
so
Okay,
Selena's
or we
going to be
could, like,
attempting
Yeah.
either the hit and roll here or the draw.
Just the
Looks
draw's
like
hard. You want to throw the in? Okay.
interesting observation by them that the draw is hard.
Yeah. They just threw about that, so yeah.
Leads me to think that they must find that the ice isn't curling a lot
Floats a
there,
bit.
and so
There's it.
getting a
There's it.
rock to bury in behind those two guards may be more difficult than what we would normally think it would be.
Yeah, I think you might be right on that. And maybe that's what prompted the change of strategy in this end as well, then, rather than trying to place a guard right down that path.
Yeah, I mean, if ice is not swingy, if it's not a lot of curl in ice, then you have to sometimes play a different strategy. Sure. Rather than
Not sure that's the outcome they wanted from that start.
no, unfortunately, she rolled out with that shot.
Straight
So
around.
now this
Or do you want to try this?
allows Chris to try and draw in there.
Like with bumper?
Or an
You like that?
opportunity to remove the two guards,
Well, those are
kind
their
of weight?
rocks, so I don't think they're going to want to do that.
or promote something.
Yeah, I think what she's considering doing is tapping.
I don't mind
somehow,
it with like control.
getting maybe
With
running
what?
one of their rocks
Control.
back
Right
onto
there.
the blue
Okay.
rock.
Oh,
Watch the
yes.
jam.
I think that's what she's
my
considering
only
here.
concern. So the other option is
Yes,
this
there's-
way.
From up here in the booth,
Right.
we can't see the
Think it's
on the
easier
screen.
on the
We
top.
can't see the distance
Wanna
between
do
the
this
top
one?
two
I
yellow
would
rocks, but
still
there is
have
enough
that.
distance between
Okay,
them
I
to
see
have
what
that
you're
path.
Yep. And I mean, I think this is
So
good.
I still like
This is a
control.
good decision.
Yep.
And I think the thinking through of this as to which rock to promote is very good as well. I mean, she
Yes.
could have chosen the right one, the corner guard, but then there's an opportunity to jam that on her back one. This way, you know, there is no opportunity to jam any rock on her. But it's quite a precise shot.
Yes.
Close!
Also, the advantage of this shot is because it needs to be hit on an angle, it will roll a little bit outwards and it will
Kelly!
leave the center one open
Hard,
for
Kelly,
promotion
hard!
later.
Hard, Kelly, hard!
Oh, it looks like they were a little wide.
Perfect
Good
shot.
Good shot.
Lovely shot. Very nice.
Yeah, and theirs
Very nice
isn't.
shot.
You still have another shot, eh? Don't you?
So she's now Ontario is lying one.
Their shot
looks
now.
like.
That's just a
and,
wide draw there.
And the other benefit to
You
that
gotta-
shot
We have
is
the
that
draw
the blue
now.
rock is now completely exposed, and so
I
on
know.
a
Just their
subsequent shot,
shot's the only thing.
Ontario can
But as
try
long
to
as we get this shot,
remove
we
that
can make
blue
them play
stone,
on
and
it.
then they would be lying
You'd never
several in the
try to-
house, putting a lot
I
of
can
pressure
play
on
on
Nova
that.
Scotia.
Yeah,
and
there's just a risk of it jamming. Yeah. And I don't really want to go. Do we want to go this
So
way?
Selena has one more rock to throw here, and I think they're just
No.
I love that out front. Like it's just hard to come
I hate
around
that
and
out
freeze
front.
and curl it.
they just want to have a bit of a conversation. Always helpful
I
when
just
you're
wish that was.
talking through the options.
Yeah, I don't know. This is a weird end.
I don't know either.
And I can try and come this way.
Because she
That's
can come in
super
on either
wide.
side.
Yeah, we haven't played anything
come
out
off
there
our
though,
own.
right?
Yeah, I know. That's why I like this.
Yeah.
And even if we're here or something, I guess.
So I think.
Okay. You got it.
And we heard the reference a bit earlier
Really
to
fast.
this being a hard,
Yes.
hard shot. So we'll see if there is any curl here. And they referenced it was also really fast. So I'll just try and get a hog to hog for everybody here, so they get a sense of you know, how heavy or how fast the ice is down this particular path in the ice. Oh, over on our key match up there on ice 4, Ontario has now gotten out to a 7-0 lead on Team Nova Scotia. So,
Those are always tough games.
they certainly are.
Line's tight.
We all have them. All right,
Yep,
so
line. Yep, line. Yep.
see if this rock does curl here.
Okay,
Whoa! You're heavy.
How deep are we?
No,
Oh,
no, it's
God.
heavy.
We don't have any back.
That's like through, guys.
Oh, I have 13 and a half
How
on
is that
this,
Yeah, that's fast.
which is, yes, it's unfortunately it's a little heavy.
Guys.
And that's one of the challenges. Up until this point, Liz has been throwing
That should have been a good
primarily
time, right?
takeouts.
That should have
Yes.
been a good time.
And so, you know,
Now, we talked earlier about how an end can change with one shot.
yes. Yes, so
All of a sudden,
now,
Ontario were to be
That's right.
sitting 3.
so as Jody has an opportunity here now, if she can take this blue stone out and roll into that
Yes.
area behind those other yellow stones. Yes, so they putting quite a bit of pressure actually on Liz Arnott in her last in her 2 stones this end.
And that's the thing. Nova Scotia couldn't cover everything. They could have come in, or tried to come in along that path as well. Especially since the center path seems to be a little more difficult, but because of the rock up front, obviously.
Yeah, and I think it would have been, you know, now maybe if she'd thrown the proper weight, she was a bit heavy, so maybe
Yes.
if she'd been a bit lighter, it may have
Whoa!
curled for them as well.
Whoa!
But let's see what's
Yep.
going to happen here.
Whoa!
It's a good
Yep.
shot here for this end.
Yep!
Looks like a nice weight.
Oh,
Oh, just inside, or a little bit. Yeah, but rolls too much.
Well, I think that must have fooled them. I don't think that they had expected that to curl
Yes.
that much, because when she threw the rock, there wasn't panic.
make
It wasn't
either
an
draw.
immediate sweep. So
I feel like we have no idea what the speed is out there for
I'm
a draw.
not sure whether they were.
Do you think it's going to be the same?
This just didn't
I think,
finish.
I think a bit at the swing,
Yeah.
the
I
curl
know
there
mine
maybe
was
caught them
heavy.
a bit off
It
guard,
was
I
really
think.
heavy though. It was like hack line weight.
Hack line. Yep.
I
If
don't
you're not
like,
comfortable with
I
the
don't
speed
like
there,
that.
don't throw it. Throw it
I
here.
would
This
rather
here's
this
a very
side.
Third here. You're
critical
gonna have to
shot.
throw it on your last.
Yeah, I know.
Mine
It is,
was
and-
curling a bit, but I think that ice is still good.
Yeah,
No,
I
even
like
if you
with
can't
less
be
weight.
shot, you want to make sure that you have at least have something
Right?
in undercover
Yeah.
to cut the other team down
Okay.
1 or 2.
I think with the
But
correct
and I know
weight, you might
I
have
think,
wrecked.
but I mean Nova Scotia
Yeah, it
still
looked
is
like it
in
was
a
gonna
good
go,
spot.
yeah.
I think
Yes.
here they have 2 shots left, and
and
It
wide
has
access
to be
the puck.
close.
correct. And if Liz is
I have
can
not
make
thrown
this
a draw,
shot
and
well,
it's really freaking fast.
then Ontario
Yeah.
Jody only has 1 rock to respond to it. So
I
there's
know.
still
It's
the
just
opportunity to set up what we
executing
call a skip deuce,
Is the thing
She
I'm worried
wasn't
about.
where
throwing it.
both
It's okay.
of Liz's
Okay.
rocks will count at the end of the end.
We
So.
heard about that.
Fall out of the hack.
But as I can see, there's a little nervous tension because, this time it skips deuce, but while facing 2.
Yes.
At
Yeah.
a very critical point in
Yeah.
the match.
Okay.
Just every now and then, a little bit of pressure can make the difference.
Sure can.
Either
let's see
brings
if
out
we,
the best or brings out the nerves.
Yep. Let's see if we can get a time on this and see, compared to the last rock. This is what they're looking for in terms of a draw.
It's wider than mine. It's wider than mine. You got lots
Going
of room.
a bit wide. Yeah.
Line's good. Stay. Yeah. Yes.
It's
Oh.
coming
Hard,
back.
guys.
So there we are. So
Good
it's
weight
a
selection.
for all.
Hard. Whoa.
Very nice weight selection.
Mandy.
Wait only, wait
No,
only,
you're heavy.
wait
You're
only.
heavy. Whoa, 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 whoa. Mandy, you gotta finish it.
Finish
Yeah,
it,
go
finish
hard.
it.
You gotta go deep now. You gotta go hard, 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 hard. Okay, Liz.
Nice draw.
Nice
Beautiful
draw.
shot.
And good decision to go
Ah,
deep
shucks.
to make sure it's more behind cover.
That's excellent. So 14.5. So a good adjustment there. Liz learned from Selena's rock and threw a nice weight.
And consistent from the last time we timed actually 14.5. It's
That's
also
right.
ended just behind the
Yeah.
tee line in the.
That's right. So
Yes.
the ice seems to be holding up nicely there on in that path for sure.
Now
So
the advantage of being a little deep is that they're more behind cover. The disadvantage is if the shot is perfectly realized, they'll have something to lie upon.
That's right. I mean, if Jody makes this shot perfectly, it'll be very difficult for Nova Scotia to score their 2. And if she makes it, very well, it may be very difficult for them to even score 1.
Yes.
So this is an opportunity for Ontario to really put some pressure on her. But I think end accomplished for Ontario
Whoa,
here if she
lots
makes
of
this.
room. Whoa, Susie only. Whoa.
So the rock might be a little wide.
From the reaction, I would think you're right. Although here it comes
Gotta
now.
make it walk.
It's gotta
Kelly
curl.
only. Kelly only.
Starting to see
Susie.
some really good action on the rocks coming in on that side.
I think she's a wee bit heavy though,
Oh, just a little
unfortunately. Okay.
Yeah.
So now it's
Yeah.
back to what I was
No,
referring
do you
to
want
as
me
the
to
skipped
draw?
deuce.
Yes.
It's an open hit for 2. I just threw it, but. Ah,
Do you
I know.
wanna hit?
Open nose hit.
Well, I've been money on the
You have
control
the
hit.
advantage
I don't
of a
mind the
little
hit.
roll in.
Okay.
So
Fine.
really,
You just can't
even
look
if
this
she,
way.
I mean, she can't
Well,
afford to
yeah,
roll
we can draw
out
and use that as
at
backing
all.
too, though.
No.
She's a
Your
totally
top.
different path. I know, I'm
Do not
freaking
So your
freak
out.
out.
tolerance is a little more narrow than
Would
wide.
you rather throw? You can throw either, and I don't care.
Do you guys like the hit or the draw? Do you guys like the hit or the draw?
Interesting conversation
Yeah.
here.
Oh, yeah, we can draw that.
We like, yeah, okay.
However, it really comes
All right,
down in circumstances like this to what Liz is comfortable throwing.
Exactly.
No. I'm
Because
just.
there's
she
nothing
just
wrong
threw a
with either
beautiful
shot.
shot.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with either call.
We need to bite 4.
And she. Yep, nothing wrong with either call.
Yeah.
Exactly. You play to your strength.
T.
And your confidence at the moment too, right?
Yes.
She may have a lot more confidence in
That's
her
like half
in
8.
her takeout
Same
weight
weight,
than
yeah.
she does draw. But you're right, she just
Little
threw
closer than that.
first rock in there, so she had lovely weight. So
And the sweepers appear to be on the ball.
yeah,
So
they
why not?
judged it well.
Line's great.
Make sure.
You always like to hear that when a stone leaves your hand.
Yes.
Make sure.
Looks
Yep.
heavy to me.
Yep.
Clean.
Now the thing
Looks
is,
okay.
they moved her rock
Clean
over
it,
a
absolutely.
bit.
Looks heavy
Clean
to
it.
me. Just stay close.
No,
You're
it looks
good.
very
Line's
good.
fine.
Yep, very close to the
Hands
first
gotta
one.
stop.
So
Beauty shot.
Good, Liz. Money.
Very nice.
That's the same weight. 2 blue.
Beautiful.
2 blue. Sorry.
So there we have the skips deuce demonstrated,
And a nice little momentum
I got
swing.
you on
and a
both
nice
sides.
little momentum swing, and
We really are team broken. What? We really are team broken.
Team
Nice
Ontario
throws.
has been calling
Thanks.
itself a team broken because, as they say, we all had injuries leading up to our provincial
Yeah, I know. I was
qualifying
just-
event.
I'm historically not that great at draws, but I think I figured that out. Yeah. What'd you get on those? Okay.
so now we're that was the fifth end done here,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
the Team
I'm
Nova
really
Scotia
soft on
has now
those.
taken a 3-2 lead.
We out front. Top 4.
silver lining for Ontario
Yeah.
is that they do have hammer and
Yes.
even ends.
Right, 90,
And it is
top
that
4.
all-important sixth
Maybe
end.
even a bit
So definitely it's still anybody's game.
Wait only. Line's fine. Oh, you guys. Line's perfect.
So this rock's coming down the ice.
Top 8's great.
So again, she's
got
Seema's
it?
asked for this rock to be in the house.
Yeah, that
She's
looks really
asking
nice.
for top 8. Be
Easy.
interesting to see
Nice
what Jody
shot.
does here, whether she hits it or whether she elects to throw up a corner and try and score her 2.
She's going for the hit.
She's going for the hit.
That
So-
was a quick decision, so she seems to be sure of herself.
Yeah. Yes, it didn't take her long to kind of think about that one, did it?
Nope.
Yep.
Ooh,
Hard.
this one's moving fast.
Hard, hard, hard.
Yeah, I think
now, hard.
Susie on her release, she might have.
Yeah.
All the way, don't stop.
Sometimes it happens where you might
Don't
steer it a
stop.
bit towards the room or something, and
Help,
it.
friend.
So
Sweet.
Ooh.
no, it's gone.
Good
She got it
sweeping.
out. That's good sweeping. Yep. So it looks like if this strategy continues, it's going to be another close, clean end
Mm-hmm.
Line's good.
for us to watch.
Not sure on this is what Ontario
Okay.
would want at this point, however.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Okay, leave it 3 then.
Well, they had the
I don't wanna
option.
be
I think
half
they still have
12.
the option of
Looks
ignoring
in.
a rock
Yeah, yeah,
if it's
yeah.
in the house and
Do you want it in?
throwing
Oh,
up
it's
a
in,
corner
guys.
guard to try
I
and
can
work
see
with.
that it's in.
I know, but
I mean,
how
at this
deep?
point in the
Well,
game,
Okay, well.
they always have the
Sorry, I
option
just
of
need your broom down earlier.
just
I just didn't
continuing
want to have
to
well.
That's fine.
blank at this point, try and blank this end and try and blank 7.
7.
right?
Yes.
And then try and steal their 2 or get their 2 and 8.
Yes.
So, this is, again, this is an alternate strategy to be sure.
Goes, yep. Yep.
Particularly if you feel that you've been stronger
Yeah.
on hits than draws.
Yeah. I mean, there is the thing, and
Okay, Susie,
there is
that's fine.
always the premise, and these ladies are all playing quite well today.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, though, if a player is struggling, especially with a particular shot,
Mm-hmm.
you may want
Just
to, as
here.
a skip, possibly decide to give them the type of shot that they're more comfortable in making in that particular game.
Yes. You are correct. Ladies are playing amazing. There have been very few missed shots.
Yeah, they're playing, a very, very good game to watch.
Whoa. Whoa. We're only on the corner. Roll shooter out then. We're just giving them a corner guard.
Probably
So-
would have liked to roll further out on that.
Yes, yes. So this is really now a huge opportunity for Ontario to take advantage of that that corner that's there now for them, and
And start to set up at least a deuce.
yes, if Kelly can draw a rock in there. It can be a very fluid game,
Close.
curling.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can turn very
Yeah.
quickly.
Room. Close.
That's part of the
Where is
mental
it?
aspect of the game. You're playing for 2 hours.
Okay,
you're
Susie, you can
looking
go
at
at the end.
rocks going
Yep,
down. You're
yep,
doing physics,
Yep.
geometry, and math in your
Walk
head.
it over. Yep.
Analyzing how the other team's
Keep
playing, how
going,
you're
go,
playing.
go,
There's
go,
lots
go,
going
Sus,
on
go.
in your head at one
Hard,
point.
hard, hard.
It gets easier near the end of the game to just have a
You see?
little momentary mental lapse.
Yeah, for sure.
It's
sure.
also an endurance sport mentally. A lot of people that
I don't even mind
that are
board.
not familiar with the sport don't realize that there's always something going on.
So because this rock is
got it.
exposed, Andy will be trying to remove this rock
Whoa.
from play.
Off.
Get over.
No. It's not
So
close.
is this going to come over?
Oh, man.
Right through.
Oh, unfortunately.
Oh.
Unfortunately. So now a real opportunity for Ontario
Yeah,
to take
absolutely.
advantage of that corner and put another rock in behind it.
And using the rock, especially if they leave it exposed just a little bit to guard the one in back as well.
That's correct, yes.
It doesn't
Yep.
have to be exposed a lot, just maybe even a quarter of a rock.
Whoa!
Just a little peeking out.
Yes, I hope we didn't jinx, jinx Mandy by saying how well everybody had been
Yes.
playing.
Awful.
Rim. Chris, hard. Hard. Okay, good.
Nice
good.
weight on this one. Very nice weight. A little
Yeah.
deeper than they wanted, maybe?
Well, I
It's
mean,
still nice.
it is good. I
it
mean,
my shot?
there
Yeah.
are
Oh.
options here.
Yes.
What do we do?
Do you want to play
Still.
the intern?
The intern?
Now, this is
Like
not
the
so
run.
bad for Nova
Oh.
Scotia.
I think that's like half
It's not so
open.
bad for Nova Scotia. It does give them
Play it
something.
out from
You
down
can play
there.
it tight, and if we
I mean,
Yeah,
they
exactly,
can choose to
that's
take
fine.
that
It's
rock
kinda
out
like
if
the
they
down,
want
we
to,
can
but
stick
even
around.
if they
Yeah, totally,
just
that's fine
nudged
with
it a
me.
little bit. Lie on top of it with just a slight little tap.
Yeah, so
Do you
that's
like
an
control
option.
or board?
She could try that. It looks like she's trying the
Sorry?
takeout.
2/3.
They were discussing whether she wanted to try the run back of the blue
Can't hear you without the hand
onto the
signal.
yellow.
If we rub and roll in,
Board?
it's a
It's
double.
another interesting
Yeah.
option.
Okay.
I think she's electing to try and remove the stones, coming with her out turn.
Whoa. No,
Seems to be
no,
running
no.
extremely straight down
Yes.
here. This is the second time
No.
Mandy did
Clean.
as well. Seems to be
No.
running
Yeah,
No.
yeah,
extremely,
it's just,
extremely straight here.
No.
Get the
It
back
is
one?
not common.
No.
No, not
Maybe.
at all.
Yep.
That was a good plan
You're
B
lucky
call.
duck.
Yes, it was.
That's why it's good
That's
incentive for the person calling the line
Dirty.
to stay fully behind the play and not necessarily the rock that you want to hit. That way you can see the rock behind you.
They're definitely gliding, so you
Yep,
can wait
for
on
sure.
it for
The
a while.
options are always there, or usually there, so that was good for her to see that. And
I got 95 for yours, so
It's a lot of skips when they're newer to the game will stand close to the rock
gotta
that they're
wait for
trying to
it.
hit, even if there are rocks behind. And that obviously, if the rock is going wide, you don't see what your other options
Right.
are behind you.
right.
a rock went
Yeah,
flying
for
in
sure.
front of me. No.
So Chris now is trying to draw in there again. And not sweeping this at all.
Seems to be a good weight all on its own.
Possibly, yeah. Oh, here
Okay.
it comes a
Going
bit.
to use it as backing a bit.
Yeah,
Kelly,
a little
move
bit of a
hard.
Slow
bounce.
it down.
A little bit of a bounce here.
Yep, big split.
Get some separation.
Okay.
Probably not enough to avoid the double. though.
Yeah, I
This is
think you're right.
slightly lower, so
Oh, that sucks.
you just gotta hit it and try to kick this one.
Yeah, I did it real thick though, eh?
I have no idea what you're saying.
What's that? Oh. Yeah, it's
I
pretty
have no idea what you're saying. Come here.
thick.
Okay, so
That's
the
a good
ladies are-
decision.
No, we
Yes.
don't need to take a time out.
No,
It's
no.
too late. You can't.
Oh no!
I just can't hear what you're saying at all.
I'm just saying it's pretty thick.
Oh yeah. Super
Like you
thick.
said, it's lower. Can I go into
The
the,
clock
side
is
of it?
that's
still
what I was
going, so it
trying to
doesn't
say.
look like
Okay.
they've called the
Yeah,
timeout.
okay, so
Even
they
if
didn't.
I-
They didn't.
might just
They didn't.
kinda move.
Yeah, no,
that's
yellow
good. So
over.
they
But
didn't.
Team
Like
Nova
up
Scotia
to
has 5 minutes
No.
less thinking time
That's
on
what I
their
was trying
clock
to
than
say,
Team
just kick it
Ontario,
over.
so
Yeah.
the clock management's going to become an issue.
It may
Normal?
towards that's for sure. Yes. Yeah, because they still have 2 full ends
Yeah.
to play.
Yeah, I know. We still have 2 timeouts. Oh. A little excited
Yeah,
there
it's
about the
really
timeout.
tough, but at least you'll hopefully open this one up.
Yeah, I like the out turn, the flat throw. Out turn, other turn.
Out turn?
With the out, right? Yeah. That's out turn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so she
It's
looks
gonna
like she's
hang
going
on
to try
the
and
line, I
hit
think.
this rock
normal.
and roll in towards the other yellow stone. And the reference to one being behind the other is just to help as a point of reference for how much easier or more
Get
difficult
off
it is
the
to roll on
line.
top of a rock.
Now,
It seems to
we're
be
gonna
going
just-
very straight
I
on
guess
them.
roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it. Oh, yeah. Oh.
Okay,
Not
so
a
I
little
stopped
wide.
this rock before it hit that, and I think it would have hit it out.
Okay.
Is that fine?
All right, so now for Ontario, they have options.
Wanna just nose it?
They can hit this rock.
Mm-hmm.
They could also
This
just
is
ignore
one.
it.
We could
and
try here again.
Exactly.
Exactly, just draw again.
That's a path they're familiar with at the
Familiar
moment.
with it, and again, I think it's, you know, as this game is all about applying pressure,
Mm-hmm.
I think it would put more pressure on Liz
I don't
if
care.
there's two in behind there.
It's also the choice of shot that allows even for more than two,
I said either or.
should things go very well for Ontario this end.
Yep, that's right.
Particularly since they have hammer.
That's correct, and that is, you know, part of the consideration is if they were to hit that rock and stay there. In a way, they're saying that they're happy with two. But with the draw, it's an opportunity for them to be a little more aggressive and possibly get three.
Yes.
So yeah, so here at Cataract, we've been very pleased to host this national event sponsored by Travelers. Lots of really good volunteers. We had over about 150 volunteers help out this week.
Response has been very enthusiastic.
It's been wonderful. It's been a wonderful opportunity for us to host this great event, you know, in partnership with Travelers, and to help the club celebrate its 100th anniversary. So it's been wonderful for us.
Yes. Speaking of volunteers, we're downstairs getting scores. I saw Kimberly, my teammate on my next team. She was timing down at the far end.
Now
So,
here,
yes.
Okay.
sorry,
Good.
but that was a beautiful shot.
We gotta
Beauty,
make a
very nice.
decision here.
A little bit is peeking out.
A little
Well, I
bit is
think you can
peeking
see
out.
most of it still.
A
Yeah.
double might potentially be there.
See what you see.
Yes.
Off the heavy weight that path.
It may be there. It's a very straight spot, and I think that's why that was such a good decision. I think
I don't know yet.
was because it was so it is so straight.
Exactly.
I've got 3
And
quarters.
So any backwards
Okay.
sort of set, if you will,
Sure.
or
How much
release of the
weight?
rock, if there's any kind of a set back, it really
Actually, here,
it
because if you
really
take,
will affect
I want that
the
to
way the
go.
rock progresses down the ice, and with it being
Yes.
so straight.
So different strategies seem to be
I
trying
think it's
for
gonna go a bit here. Can
a
I
wider
give me
angle on the
here, I
slide,
give
but
you
a faster
here.
weight to try to avoid that path near the center line.
And I think she feels that she can see enough of the top yellow stone that she can hit the rock.
Okay.
But this is definitely a
That's a
critical
good weight.
point in the
Yeah.
game.
Hard!
That's a nice solid weight. Probably the
They're
fastest weight
sweeping
we've seen all
hard.
day.
Whoa,
They're sweeping
not
hard. I
even
think
close. Not even
she's
close.
on the
Roll in.
guard.
What the heck?
Roll in.
She's
Roll
on the
in.
guard.
Plan B?
No. No.
Oh,
Never had a chance, eh?
Oh no.
I
The
think you
only
guys are
upside
literally
is that the
all
guard is
popping yours
removed,
and I'm
but
not,
not
and we're not
really.
putting
That's
the
correct. Yes, that's right. So now for Ontario, it's what do you do with this rock?
Because we're 1-2.
Lying on
So
top
we did
of the
this
blue rock
already
would
with
put a
your
lot of pressure at this.
draw
You could
in.
draw to the you draw away from those two, and if you put all 3
a
of
little
your
bit
rocks are in the
more?
8 foot,
Like
it
here.
will. For Liz, it'll be a
Yes.
decision as to what she wants to do here. And for Jody, she doesn't want this rock to slide behind the tee line at all, because then that would allow. She does want to be back there. That'll be interesting because that does allow
Roll out.
to allow Liz, if she wants,
just get him
to
there,
draw
though.
down to it.
Yes.
It's a bit of a risky shot because of the score. If she doesn't make it perfectly, they could give up a big end, and at this point
Maybe
in
a
the
little
game,
less.
not something you want to do.
No, exactly.
You know, the thinking on
So I'll try and throw T. You
Jody's
guys sweep
part
into
might
that
be
back.
if she leaves it top 8 foot, then the other, Liz could hit and roll in behind, and be difficult for her to remove. So
It'll probably be smarter to be higher up, but at this point still, given that Nova Scotia has another shot, you wouldn't want to leave them something to turn to rely upon and
yes, I mean
cut down all
Ontario,
your rocks.
Ontario has the end set up really nicely
Yeah,
at the moment.
Susie!
So sometimes it's hard to know where to put the rocks.
Yes.
Hard, yep.
Sometimes you
still
just wish
need
you could skip
backing.
this one.
Yeah, correct. Correct.
Yep.
Looks like they're going to come right to it.
It looks like they're coming right to it.
Right to it.
Okay, so now they're lying 3, and
Yes.
so there
Now
may be the opportunity for the takeout on the top yellow rock on the right, as we're looking at it now on the left, and rolling over towards the to that one,
Exactly,
and
which is what she's looking at right now.
I think we got to throw the double.
and the double is there
Okay.
as well. So that would mean, in this case, it would be nose. So she would be hitting the nose of the yellow rock, getting rid of those two, and basically conceding a two
really
at this
here
point in time.
In some ways, there's almost too much choice.
Yeah, that's right.
But definitely a critical shot.
Oh yeah, this is a key shot of the game, that's for sure.
Whoa! Close! Yeah!
Okay, so it's coming down the ice.
It's looking good.
Whoa! Close! Yep!
Yes. Oh, they're very close. Must be very close.
Hard! Go, go, go!
Nice
Lovely.
shot.
Very nice.
Beautiful
very,
shot.
very nice
Clutch
shot.
Good.
Very nice.
You can give me more, right?
So now Jody
You can
has
give
the
me
draw.
more 'cause we just joined the
Has the
fight.
draw for
You
two.
have backing.
That is a clutch
Do I
shot.
want it?
Yeah, very
Should be
nice
feeling
shot.
proud about that.
No, but
Yeah,
if you need it.
Keeps them in the match.
it certainly does.
Give them more room.
But equally, this is a pressure shot for Jody here.
That's right.
Yeah,
So you definitely would prefer
Chris is
being
thinking
up
we could
one
use
going
the
into the
backing,
seventh
but I
and
don't
tied.
think it's.
Yep. So when Jody isn't curling, she is the co-owner of a small business, Road Runner Dent Repair Shop, in the Toronto area.
Whoa!
Final stone of the sixth
Easy.
end.
It's got to be full 8 only.
Yeah, they're just
No
keeping it
backing.
clean
Whoa.
here. It looks like they must think the weight's very close. They're just really just keeping it clean now, sweeping a little
you're
harder.
fine. Just clean. Just clean. Just clean. Clean.
Very
clean.
nice.
Very nice weight. Very nice.
It's good. It's good.
So it allows Ontario to score
Two
their
yellow.
two. And now they're ahead 4-3 after 6 ends. Elsewhere, we still have a close game on sheet 1, where the Yukon Territories is now ahead by 1 point, 3-2. And
Top
on our
horses!
other feature game between Ontario and Nova Scotia, Nova Scotia scored 2 points, and now the score is 7-2, playing at the 7th end. So this is an all-important. Shot as well.
Yes.
There's various strategies when you're playing the 7th end, and you're ahead by 1.
It's okay. It's okay.
You can play the end to basically force,
really is
so to
okay.
force Nova Scotia to take 1, and then you would have Hammer
above the
playing
tee.
8.
Just above.
Or you could continue to put pressure on. Looks like she's elected
Good
to
sweep on mine.
put the
sorry.
rock in the house, and what this will allow, then Nova Scotia needs to make a decision about whether they want to be a little aggressive, and it looks like she does. So she's calling for the corner. So it looks like she's decided that she wants to try and get multiple points in this end. I mean, she could elect to just blank the end to run it through now, if you will, and
Exactly.
and play for Hammer to keep the Hammer in 8. But
Don't touch it. Looks in.
But they've been drawing very well the last few ends. So if it's working for you, don't change it.
that's correct.
Don't be in. Don't be in.
Correct.
It's not in.
So
It's
we got
not
one
in.
end with a guard.
Good.
2 ends with a.
Very nice shot.
Perfect. Perfect draw weight. Look, beautiful corner. Very
Yep.
tight and covering a part of the forefoot, so a good shot.
Exactly.
Very
With
Want to
nice.
come the same way?
that shot's a garden with some good sweeping. Probably could have
Same
gotten deep
thing.
into the 8 foot, close to the 4.
Top
Probably.
4. Top
Absolutely.
4.
Excellent weight. So it looks like she's asking Susie to put another rock in the house.
Easy.
Sweepers on it right from the get-go.
Okay, it's got to move. Easy, Kelly. Stop.
It's got a
Stop.
curl. I think the concern here is because of where that blue stone is, the blue guard. It's coming off it now. I think that's why she was calling them to not sweep, is because she
Okay,
wanted
go
it to
little.
curl just a little bit.
Top 4. Top 4. Okay, that's good.
All right, it'll be interesting to see after this shot if Ontario if Jody elects to sort of get rid of the corner, that blue stone,
Yeah.
and keep the front clean, so that Nova Scotia can't use that guard for any purpose. Again, they'd be happy to see the blank, or even to really, they'd be very happy if they could force Nova Scotia to take one.
Okay, no, then.
And then they'd be in an ideal
No.
situation. Coming home tied with hammer would be
No,
an
it's
ideal
got to cross.
situation for them.
There it goes.
Looks like Nova Scotia's
No,
trying
no,
to
no,
use
no,
the
no.
guard right away.
No. Curl, baby.
It's like she's trying to, yes,
Any roll is.
use that
Yep,
yellow
yep, yep,
stone
yep, yep, yep,
to
yep.
roll in behind.
Good.
And a beautiful shot.
That's very nice. And also, some people might wonder why they
Just
didn't want to
control.
remove that rock completely
If you
from
get
play.
the top one, that's
But
okay. But this
those
is
rocks
over.
provide backing to the Team Nova Scotia rocks. So
Particularly when you're trying to score multiple points.
yeah, so it's a good strategy. A lot of people would have thought, why didn't they throw it harder and remove that rock completely from play? But no need yet. There's still lots of rocks to come this end. And
You want to allow for the chance for good things to happen.
that's right. Yeah.
Yep, yep.
So Kelly here is trying to remove that blue rock. I'm not sure how much of it she
Roll it
can
on, sis.
see.
Hit the guard.
And that's
I believe.
she's got the guard, so
That's
that's
good.
great.
It's
Yeah,
still good.
that's-
One or the other would have been good at this point.
Exactly. We always like to have options
Yes.
when we're throwing a
Yes.
stone. It's always nice to have an option or two.
And just tap it back again.
All right, so then she is really wanting to try
Just
and use
easy.
them.
Forward. Okay.
So this will be a finesse weight shot.
For sure, yeah. It's really just it's a draw for Mandy here to I mean, it's really in her mind. She's trying to throw what you would think was
no,
4
no,
foot
no.
weight or T-line weight.
Don't touch it.
And then with the help of her sweepers,
not.
they'd be able to just make it move back a bit.
Close. There it goes. Whoa.
Seems there might be a little bit of speed on this.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
we're
it's
just- we're
a
good.
bit little heavy. That's all.
Just don't
She's,
really want to sweep it.
And on the
Good.
other side of it a bit.
Yes.
But still.
Yeah,
Good,
well, she's
Mandy.
removed it from play.
Yep.
And they're lying the
one.
one now.
Yeah.
So to run events such as this, we need lots of support from lots of sponsors in the community, and we've been very blessed to have the support of several businesses, Bathworks, Print Fusion, and the City of Kingston as well has been very generous in providing support to the event for us, so none of which we couldn't do what we've done without the support of a lot of our sponsors.
As well as Print Fusion.
Good.
Yes, and also one of the key things we need to do in an event such as this is to provide transportation to all of the players. And so we were very fortunate this year to have 4 of our local car dealers, BMW Kingston, Kingston Dodge, Petrie Ford, and Taylor Automall, to provide us with complimentary vehicles that we can use as shuttle vehicles for the players.
Same.
Just goes to show the level of support we've been getting from the business community that so
Same,
many dealerships
same.
would get together
Good.
to collaborate to help
Clean.
travelers and all
No,
organizers here
can't.
pull off this
Or-
great event.
whoa,
Yeah, and it was
whoa.
very, very generous of them.
Aye.
So here they were they're removing this rock. She might,
That's fine.
yep. So
Actually, that
they're
worked out
lying
quite well.
two
Lying
now.
two.
So
That was a beautiful shot.
that worked out well for them.
Do you want to throw down normal? Yeah.
That changes the tone of the end, actually, lying two with the 2
Yeah,
Ontario
big roll.
Stones now being behind.
Yes, it does. So for Ontario now, yes, now she has to. I guess it's up to Jody to try and determine what she wants to do. Is she now going to think about, because it doesn't look like a blank is possible. There's lots of rocks in play.
No!
And the Nova Scotia rocks are far enough away that they have to
Yeah.
split. So probably some hit and rolls to try and bring rocks closer together to provoke a double.
So the end is shaping up nicely for Nova Scotia now.
Hard roll!
That's it. They're hitting and rolling. Oh,
A lovely shot.
Well
Oh, that
done.
was a very nice shot as well.
we are getting treated to some absolutely fantastic curling.
Okay.
Just gotta hit it, eh?
Yeah.
So Nova Scotia, still trying to get their deuce at this point in
Left.
time. What was beautiful about that shot was the roll, created a bit of a pocket possibly. Had to be careful in removing the yellow stone. They can't
Clean it,
curl
yeah.
too much or they'll jam it
Yeah,
on their own
yes.
stone. So this is very much
Whoa,
a.
whoa, 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 whoa. Yep, yep, yep.
And then if she noses it and removes it, it may leave a double.
Yes.
Good, Selena.
So having done that, and that was all they could do to remove that,
Yes.
it now leaves a double opportunity. for Chris. So Chris has an opportunity here to make the double.
This is a moment in a match where it's not only for adrenaline management, it's so easy to get excited by the opportunity to really close the door.
Exactly. Yeah, this is a big shot for sure in this end. As if she manages to make the double, then Ontario will be lying 3, and then good opportunity to force Nova Scotia once again. Still some rocks to come though, so lots of things could still happen. Now this one seems to need to curl a bit.
I'm worried about that.
Oh, here it comes. That came nicely at the end. So, Nova Scotia, Team Nova Scotia is still shot.
Still shot.
So,
All right. Still good, eh?
So Selena is going to be just splitting the house, if you will, so drawing the other way, to be lying 2 and split and putting lots of distance between those two rocks, so they're not going to set up a double opportunity for Ontario here.
Just tee. It's close, guys.
Yep, some other close games out there as well. It looks like the fans here are being treated as some very good games this draw.
Went downstairs in the viewing area during the break, and it is
can try a roll out.
very full.
Is it?
Oh yes, lots of people down there.
I think if I roll in.
Well, as you said before, the community is very much behind this. As I said, we have about 150 volunteers from 4 curling clubs in the area. So, in addition to our members here at Cataraqui that stepped up, lots of volunteers from the Royal Kingston Curling Club. We have some from the Garrison Curling Club, from the Gananoque Curling Club. So lots of support throughout the community from curlers as well.
And for any curlers that have not had the pleasure of being at Cataraqui, it is a very beautiful club.
Thank you. Yes, we're very proud of the facility. Wonderful place to curl.
That normal's fine.
Wonderful amenities here for the members as well. It's nice to have a full-service dining room. And
nice.
Yes, it's great to have a full-service dining room, and beautiful place. So even for those of us who don't golf, as members here, we still have a really wonderful opportunity in the winter to be at the facility and use all of the amenities that are available to us. So on ice 4, quickly, I'm judging that the game is over and that Ontario has won that game as well. So the final score was Ontario 7 and Nova Scotia 2. So Ontario remains undefeated.
Close, yep! Yes! Whoa!
So probably at 4-0 or probably
I think they're
assured to move forward.
It's okay, hard!
Look at this, look at this, look at this.
Hard!
Over curling? That's all right. I think
can't really tell from this angle.
No, we can't really see which one of those two. I mean, obviously Ontario is shot, and I still think that Nova Scotia is second over here on the right as we're looking at it now.
Yeah.
But who's third is?
Yeah.
Who's third is the I think it might be this rock at the front yellow to our right again, but I'm not sure, right? And we don't have the benefit of looking right down there or being there. So.
Yeah, get ready to pound her.
So Liz is going to be trying to remove this rock, and again, I would think she would want to. She doesn't want to jam it on the back one. That's the thing. Would like a little bit of a roll, probably to again away from the center. So
off.
Come back.
No.
Come back.
No.
It's not good to hear somebody say "come back." I think she's going to get it out. She's going to get it out, I think.
Yes.
That was unfortunate. I think, yes, now by jamming it on that back one, Ontario is now lying.
Force is on,
lying
for sure.
shot, yes. Yes, and the force is definitely
Ontario's lying 1 or 2 is well split together.
Yeah, so we're
well
1
split
and
apart,
3.
I should say.
So just here?
I believe, both Nova Scotia rocks are positioned in such a way there's nothing that they could hit to lie 3. So.
Half behind here is not setting
really
up the
is.
double.
Yeah, so
the question of splitting the house for 2 to force.
Like, don't we always want to go like somewhere like very far away? There's a double there.
Or we could hit
Especially
this.
with the plate being so wide
Oh,
open
that's
up
two. Never
front.
mind. No, that was terrible. That was a terrible idea.
I don't love that.
And Nova Scotia drawing
I feel
well.
like the double's there still.
And what Jody's concerned about
We
here in
could
this
just tap
conversation,
that.
obviously, is if they
Why don't we
draw
go
to
for
the
this
other
and then
side,
we get the
away,
top, that's
to the left as we're
Okay.
looking at it.
We need to be sitting 2 at the end of this.
What she does not want to
As long as
do
I'm not-
is set up a double.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
so
agree,
this
we
is a
need
bit
to be
more of a,
sitting
where do we put this rock that we
long
don't
as you're okay
that we
with
don't
it
leave
being
Liz
here.
the double opportunity,
Maybe a double.
because with at this point, the
I'm just a little
Nova
bit worried
Scotia
about, like,
being second
here.
and third,
Exactly.
if she doesn't put this rock in the right place, then she could be leaving them potentially
about
three.
this?
Agree,
Always
exactly.
is this source?
Hence why Chris had mentioned that it was important to be at
Yeah,
least
that's
second.
If I'm here,
And sometimes
even
they
if she
do
tries
say
to
that
double,
This is it,
that
then
yeah,
she's-
second
okay.
shot is as good as a
Like
guard.
that?
I like that. I wouldn't mind it even
Okay.
here.
yeah.
Not that she's thinking of guarding, because she's not. I mean, that is actually
Just
another
one
option.
side.
Yeah, she
Yes.
could throw the guard.
Outside four?
However, under the circumstances, it doesn't make sense. It makes more sense for her to try and get second shot somewhere. So it'll be up to the sweepers once this rock is thrown to judge it and to put the rock where they.
It seems to me, if I understood the discussion well, that she'd be looking into
So
the
it's kind of that.
8-foot, probably guarding the
Full
Yellowstone
12?
that shot and back as well.
No, you gotta be
So there's a
8. You gotta be
2-for-1.
second shot.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. So I gotta be biting.
At least partially covering
That's no. it's
access to the button, but the one and back as well, or making it less enticing.
Yes.
Sometimes you don't need to be fully covered; just have to do enough to make the shot. Meh.
Well, and sometimes if you want to, it depends what kind of shot you want to force your opponent into throwing. Right? If you want to try and draw them into throwing a hit if a rock's partially exposed.
Yes.
Flying,
You know.
flying, just wait.
Which this would do if the gap is wide enough.
Easy, looks
And
quick.
again, Nova Scotia has been playing a
This
very
looks,
good draw
the
game.
ladies aren't sweeping this at all, so
Heavy.
you maybe want to take it to the back one.
Holy cow!
Oh no.
No.
Well, I mean,
Well,
it's
we're gonna lose that, but
that
that's
one.
it's.
fine.
I mean, in a
That's
way,
fine. That
it's
was never in
she's
play.
going
Yeah,
to
it's
lose
not
one
third.
of her
Oh,
four
right,
rocks
whatever.
by taking them out.
Okay.
So
You just, it's tough. You got to
doesn't look like,
stick the shooter and it's going to spin.
It looks like the
Why
rocks
don't
are
I
not
just
well
nose hit
placed
on
for
the
a
middle one?
possibility of 3. There doesn't seem that the double
What?
is
'Cause
there.
this
That
is
would not
second
move
shot.
their blue rock out.
Oh, yeah,
That's
we can get
third.
2.
It looks
Sorry.
like
You
it
got to
would be
make
a
a
shot
double.
for 2 no matter what.
You can hit this
Opportunity
and
to
kick
be
that
greedy here.
sideways, Liz.
What?
You can kick that sideways.
Yeah, I think we have to do that.
So
Yeah.
what they're discussing here is
Oh,
which
maybe
rock
they
they
could
have
do
to
it.
hit first.
Yes, doing it
center
the
line
other
rock
way.
first.
So they're
What's
talking
fair?
about rather than hitting the top one on the right first.
Whatever you think is best.
hitting
Yeah, I
the
have
back
no
one
preference.
and then sideways,
Sure.
and it should push that yellow rock
That could
away.
possibly give them a
Normal.
3. That would have to be a
Yeah.
decent weight, though.
Yeah. But she's throwing
Yeah.
what they're calling normal weight. So yep.
And this ice is keen, so normal weight probably here is quite decent.
Yeah. So the rest of our games are wrapping up here, getting close to being finished.
Off.
Nice one.
No.
The
Clean.
score is
Yeah.
5-2.
Hard.
Okay, here, let's watch this. So she's got a.
Hard. You got to go.
So she's.
No. Whoa. Just
So
nose
she
it,
elected
just
to hit the
nose it.
top one first. Is it too thin?
Just nose it.
So
Good. Are we one?
they have
One
one.
blue. Are we one?
One blue.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So for
One blue.
Ontario, accomplished.
Yes.
Course of
yes.
one.
That was
Ontario
tough.
gets a break there.
They got a bit of a break, and so the score is all tied up coming home, and Ontario is hammered.
Yeah.
Good move from Ontario
almost
for trying to
Yeah.
force a hit rather than a draw here.
So yes, on ice one,
No, that's why I'm
Yukon
saying, whoa,
Territories
just
is
nose it.
ahead.
Like, give up
Team
on the
Nova Scotia
shot.
5-2.
Okay,
let's
Yes. And sheet 2, Northwest Territories again leading.
Yes. I can't see the score. Actually, the skip is right in front of the score.
Looks like we're
Actually-
finished over on
Alright, you
sheet
got it,
5. That game is now complete.
Manitoba beat Quebec 7-4.
Yeah, yes, that's right. And looks like last rock was just delivered on ice 6.
That's Yukon Territory and Manitoba for the men.
Line's a little tight, but it's
Not
okay.
sure
I think.
everybody was clapping,
Yeah,
and
it's fine.
Manitoba had last rock, so I'm presuming they won the game, but we'll have to wait and
Okay,
see.
leave it.
They were leading into the break, so
Are you a 3?
Okay, so
Probably
here we
quite
are
possible.
You are, yep.
on
yep.
our last
Yeah,
end
if
here.
you're going to be close to a 3, make it deeper.
Looks
Yep.
like Team Nova Scotia has elected to throw
line's
a
nice.
corner
That's gonna be a
guard,
good
which
three.
is usual
Good one.
practice when you're trying to steal. At this
Just split
point,
them,
with the
Suze.
score tied, obviously both teams need to score one
Yes.
at least to win the game. So very much, and Susie is
Yep,
Susie
yep,
Chen.
yep.
looks like they're. I didn't see the call, so I'm not sure. She may be attempting the tick shot here
I
by
think so.
just repositioning the blue rock.
Kelly, roll
Looks
it.
like it's over
Hard,
curling.
hard.
And
Roll,
now
Kel. Roll,
for Selena,
roll,
she's
roll.
going to try and sweep this rock so that it goes completely out of play,
Good try, Suze.
which it has. And so with the free guard zone in play, the blue rock, the Nova Scotia rock, is replaced, and the Ontario rock is removed from play completely. It's quite a finessey shot, that tick shot.
Yes.
Not as easy to throw as people might think.
Yeah, it wasn't a good time.
So quickly back to sheet 2. Yes, now that we can see the
Line's
board,
great.
it's like Northwest Territories
Little
is
more
ahead
line.
5-3, playing
Okay,
the
one's
last
good.
end over
Split
Team
center.
Northern Ontario.
Northern Ontario just made a beautiful draw to the top
Gotta
of
curl
the
a
8.
bit. Yep, hard.
And I think the Northwest Territories has hammer as well in playing that end.
I got it.
So here's this is actually a very difficult shot to throw that is thrown quite nicely.
Try it again.
The very high guard is a very difficult shot to throw.
Yes.
Because hogging it, of course, is not what you want to do, but by leaving that maximum space between those two stones, if Ontario wants to peel farther apart they are, the more difficult it is to remove them all.
It's going out.
So one more attempt here
Yeah, it's
by
going out.
on the tick for Susie.
Another
okay,
miss here.
But it looks like it didn't curl enough this time. So the first time it over curled, and this time it didn't curl quite enough. So Team Nova Scotia is looking good at the moment in
Yes.
terms of setting up for their steal.
The guards being staggered also works to their advantage.
Well, it certainly
Top
does.
four.
They've covered a good portion of the button, to be sure, which is what they want to do. And the call here for Mandy
good.
is to draw
Draw the button.
into that button area.
Yep.
And then it'll just be, if she makes it successful,
Line.
it'll just be guard for the
Line,
rest
yes.
of the end.
Interesting fact that Mandy and Selena on Team Nova Scotia, they met as juniors.
Hard.
Actually, and reconnected a decade later at the Mayflower.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Yes.
That's interesting.
Yep. Whoa. Good. Nice weight.
Very beautiful place.
So here we are now. She just rubbed a bit, unfortunately, because her weight looked to
Down
be
normal.
very nice.
But
Right
still,
there.
a very good place to wind up.
Yep, they can always use a ball for sure. So now here comes the attempt by Kelly to clear the guards
Yep.
with a
All
peel
the
shot.
way.
So got
All
her
the way
line.
hard. Susie, get rid of that yellow. Hard, Suze.
Fine.
Hard.
That's
Exactly.
fine. That's a good shot. Very
Sweeping
good
the
shot.
yellow out to have nothing more in the way.
Yep, that's excellent. Yep, that was
Yes.
a nice throw. And then replacing the guard. So, I mean, there are different rules of thought even on this this process. Whether you go in early as she wanted to do on the first rock, or whether you just play guards and then leave it literally until the skip's last rock to go in.
We just saw in that last shot, the previous shot, also that Nova Scotia's previous rock rolled in a little bit and is actually biting,
That's right.
which gives them the winning point at the moment.
That's correct.
Whoa.
Now this is a little heavy for a
Girl,
guard.
do with it.
Curl.
Unfortunately for them, it's going to
Well,
set up
okay.
probably a fairly easy
double.
double. Yes.
One
For Sandy.
Full normal.
Just that little touch gave
Same shot.
just enough separation to make the double
Sorry
all
for
the more
Kelly.
possible.
That's
Right up
correct.
the
So for
stick.
Kelly now, yes, this is another peel shot, and if she plays this well,
Yep.
Just goes
Hard.
to show the importance of having a very good guard weight at the critical moments.
Hard.
Correct.
Hard. You got it, Chris. Go. Susie, get ready for that yellow. You're
You're going hard on the yellow, Suze. Hard, 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 hard. Great shot.
Very
Mission
nice shot.
accomplished,
Yes,
yes.
both of those
Got a guard?
guards are.
Yep.
Both of those guards are
Halfway.
gone.
And Ontario leaving itself with a corner guard at a very good position on the ice,
One
too.
guard.
Excellent, excellent
And a
shot.
jam.
So now Selena is going to try and replace one of those guards.
Line's good.
So this is really about don't want this.
Oh, you want it?
It's where
Yeah.
you want it
Right
to
here.
be in terms of what part
Right
of the
here.
house
Take
that
a
it's
look.
blocking.
Stop
Just here,
it.
just here, just here. Just here, just here, just here. Good one, Selena. Good judge.
So that's a lovely, lovely
very
guard.
nice. Pretty much the obvious
I like
call
normal.
Yeah, it's for Chris. Yes, just to,
here. Gotta keep the front clear for your final shot, especially when you have the hammer tied in the eighth. So
no, they have
little
to be
management here.
little management here. Yes, I mean, and there is that other biting blue rock, which we can't see here, but that is just biting the very top of the 12. So if she plays it well, she could get rid of everything on that side.
Yes.
Yep.
The angle is important, though. You don't want to jam on it and leave another guard up.
No, for
Susie,
sure.
you're on the hard, hard, hard.
And
There, like
just
that.
Like that.
Just
Very
like that.
nice.
Lovely shot.
Very nice.
Lovely shot.
And now 2 guards for Ontario to work
Can we
with.
put it in a slightly different spot?
Yep.
They're pretty good at those.
Do you want it further over here?
So again,
Yeah.
it's Selena will be throwing another guard, and what they're referring to there is, obviously moving the guards around a bit as well, because obviously Ontario has figured out where to put the broom and how to throw it to
Line's a
clear
bit
the
tight.
guards where they were before.
Where are we? Okay.
So
okay.
they're going to
Gonna
move
glide
it
a bit
over a
better,
little
I
bit,
think.
just trying to move it around a little bit.
Looks
so,
a bit more. Looks like in.
Members of Team Nova Scotia had a
No.
few shout-outs
We
to
will- we
all their
almost need
friends
to
and
bring it
family
in,
watching
yeah.
the match here at the
Wow.
club and at home,
No, no.
as well
Yeah,
as the
okay.
Mayflower
Not as
Club
close as I
Even's
thought
okay.
it was.
and the members
that's
there
fine.
who supported their fundraising, as well as special
That one?
thanks to the Bensteads and the
I
World
can't
Champ
come the other way,
Andy
huh?
for their words of wisdom.
It's behind. It's behind, but
Okay, okay.
Yes, words of wisdom are always always
like
appreciated.
here.
Yes.
Okay, no, straight feels fine.
And I see
So
that
I feel
Dallas's
like
older brother
normal.
lived in
Yep.
Kingston for some time too, for about 9 years.
Yes.
So a bit of a connection for that family here
Exactly.
and that team. So
Yep. Hard.
Chris is trying to remove the blue guard.
That's good. That's good. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good.
Very
So
good.
there you go.
Nice
There's a
shot.
nice rock as
Beautiful.
well. A nice weight on that shot. I think
Little
what
higher?
you've seen on all of these peels thrown by Team Ontario
still
this
real
end
fast.
is that you don't have to throw it extremely
You can
hard
play that now
to
if you
make these
want.
shots.
Yeah,
what I'm wondering.
especially at this stage
Let's
of the
just take a
game where it
timeout
could
and
be a
talk
little
about it.
easy
Yeah.
to just give that little extra. You're wanting to win too much and trying too hard. You just have
What
to
do you think?
keep that in control. Just make sure that even though that
I
we're
just
close
like
to the
just
end of the
pointing the
game,
guard
this
a
is a
little
shot
higher,
looks like
'cause
any
then
other
they
shot.
gotta
It's
play
just
that
the
way.
They have a
context that's
chance to
different, but
jam.
everything
Yeah.
else is the
So you want to
same.
go
That's
like
right.
here.
Just
It's
pretty slick.
easy to say.
But
Yes.
if we play it in the center, they
Yes.
play the outside.
I know.
But it's a
Can you not
mistake.
play it a
Experience, yeah,
little
not
bit
that
to the
easy to
side of
do,
it?
but absolutely. You're
Right? We gotta
so
make them
right.
play.
Sometimes
Yeah.
thinking you have to do more than you have to.
Exactly.
Change what
No,
you're
I'd rather
doing.
be on center line.
And the
though, 'cause then
adrenaline
they only
can
makes it-
But they play
impact
the
how
outer.
hard you throw it, even not
Right, right. It's
intentionally.
It's not ever going
Yeah,
into
right.
it.
You're right.
I
So
want
here
them
they
to
are
do something
discussing
so that-
where
Okay.
The only
they
reason
want
this
to
worked, they
put
played
their
the intern
guard.
was because it was even.
Sure.
And it
I don't
depends
mind
on
coming around
here.
you know,
And if
where
they miss
Liz
it,
wants
yeah,
to have
Finally
to
come
draw
around. The
for
only
her
thing is
last
if you're
shot.
not buried and she
as
gets
well.
rolled, it's a saver and you got to hit.
And it's a good
I
chance for
know.
her to practice draw weight. I mean, we know now that for
Yeah.
absolutely she's going to be drawing
I
on her
agree,
last
yeah.
one.
Okay.
Yes.
It's real slick
So
still.
she
Oh, I
can
know.
practice
We're all
here a
for it.
bit.
I know.
and-
I'm a little worried about being able to bring down my weight that much.
Mine
but-
was the same time for both, and it came deeper.
I guess if she
Okay.
could stagger this a little, it'd be even better.
Yes.
Oh, I'll give you a
Of
bit
course,
more.
it opens the door
Yeah,
for
there.
Ontario to be
Doesn't
the first
matter
to
to
come
me.
behind it.
Whatever
And
you
that's
think.
a very
That's
good
the
point.
risk.
And that's the risk exactly. You know, it could be that Jody could decide rather than trying to get rid of these guards, depending on where they are, that she will be the first to go in. There's only 2 rocks left for her as well. So, and the score being tied, it's a little different.
When you can expect that your final shot might be a draw, you might want to try that with your first.
Yeah, that's a good point. Very good point. So it seems all our other games are finished out there now. So the Yukon Territories were victors on sheet 1.
Okay, line's great.
And Northwest Territories were victors on sheet 2.
To that one.
Looks like they ran them out of rocks in both instances.
Just let it die.
Good results for the Territories.
Good.
All right.
So mission accomplished there.
That's
Slightly
correct.
staggered guard.
So it looks like Jody is electing rather than to draw on her first.
Do you want
She would prefer to try and throw the double, or at least get rid of the blue stone. There is a double there. The double would be there, but it's maybe a little more difficult to remove both of those rocks and her shooter. And she wants to remove all 3 of them, obviously.
The danger would be that the shooter doesn't roll out enough.
I just want to talk about it. Right.
And her hitting game Jody's hitting game has been quite good today.
So I think they've called a timeout here, Team Ontario, to talk about what their options are.
Right.
So the rest of the team is coming down to.
Right, I know.
So let's just listen to their conversation here, what their options are.
Do you want to practice draw? Is all I may not have to draw my last one. If I peel, she's drawing in, I could hit. Right, that's true. Like she might. Okay. Well, Chris is just asking if we should just draw around now.
Can we get lucky on the peel and pop our own in?
Well, there's that right here. Right? Probably
That's asking for a lot to happen.
Practice draw, we need to consider it.
But again, I mean, really,
you have to draw on your second. I think we're okay.
It's what she feels that she wants to throw on her last rock. And if she is more comfortable considering having to make a takeout to win the game, well, then this is absolutely the right call.
Yes.
And people have preferences. Some people prefer draw, some people prefer takeouts. So.
Well, today, just as Nova Scotia's draw game has been very strong, Ontario's hitting game has been strong. So both teams are playing to their strengths here.
Yes.
Normal.
It's a big shot here for Jody. And once again, this team just wanted to say a huge thanks to all of their supporters at High Park.
Catching and rolling in.
And to all the support from all their family and friends. So important, even when you're not at home, to get that support.
Yes.
All right, so the rock's on its way.
Yep. Whoa.
Ooh, that looks a little wide.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So
this is interesting.
So now the draw is on for both skips, I would expect. So
we just get to enjoy here.
Yeah, that's right. So Liz is, her objective will be to try and obviously draw in behind that yellow rock that we see on the right. And and then obviously then it it'll be up to Jody to decide, depending on whether she can see a bit of it or not, whether she wants to hit it or whether she wants to throw the draw. So we'll see if we can get a bit of a time on this draw, just to get a sense whether the ice maybe is. Now that sometimes when the ice empties, if you will, and you're the only sheet out there, it can change a bit. Oh, they're not even done on ice. So I was wrong. They are still playing over on sheet 1.
Clean?
This looks heavy.
Really?
Looks very heavy.
Oh, it's heavy.
Yeah, it looks very heavy. I don't need to time that one.
No.
Unfortunately.
Sorry.
It's
so
still
final.
pretty fresh there. Done.
Oh, just enough.
I think it's hanging on.
Just
enough. Okay, it's hanging on.
Should have got there.
Oh.
So I missed the outcome of the game on ice 1. We'll see it. They'll post the score in a moment. The last rock was delivered, but I didn't catch the result down there. So we'll have to wait and see.
Final shot of the match for Jody McCutcheon and Team Ontario.
So let's see about on this one.
I didn't give it a push.
Easy, guys.
Easy, easy,
Looks
easy.
okay.
It's a nice crisp release there.
Well, they're sweeping
Just
it a bit
focus on
early,
backing,
not a lot
girls.
though.
Yep.
Why?
Easy. Just clean it in, I think.
That looks
Yeah?
good.
Whoa!
Clean it in. Clean it in.
Off!
It's fine.
Looks like it should be
Oh!
close, a little over 14 seconds.
Is it okay?
Yes, it's fine. Good game.
So well done, Jody and Team Ontario. Game well played by both teams.
Yes, absolutely.
It was a pleasure for us to do this broadcast. Really enjoyed it, Douglas.
Thank you so much, Diane.
Right.
And thank you to everyone at home that was watching and listening in.
Yes, we hope you enjoyed the coverage and join us again a little later for our next draw. Thanks very much.